Game face on.
Game face on
Hey.
indeed. Hello! I should turn my volume down on my phone. I'm going to skin you alive
And just
and
like
leave
that,
your
Angel's
corpse for the
character,
birds.
that's a speedrun character death. First words got him game ended.
Not even in the game,
What
in the
you-
stream.
What you
Exactly.
just heard was his character falling off a cliff. We're going to find his body on our travels.
His body is
That's-
the quest initiate.
So, folks,
this
that's
is,
why this whole campaign's titled Breath and Bone, because you heard one breath and now you will see his bones on the ground. It was a big fall.
Yeah, it's just how to quickly get me out of the game.
Oh my god. Anyway, hello. I am the Green Goober. I am the producer of this bullshit. Why are you staring at me? Go away. I love having my office in the living room. I am Greenbrier. I am the producer of Untold Realms. I'm not your host. That job falls to Makeshift, but I am saying hello because I took initiative and I did it first. Smiles. Makeshift.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to yet another campaign that I'm going to be running on this channel.
Hey.
And for the start of this campaign, I guess let's start off with introductions, even though everybody here has been on the show before, but it's always good form to start off. Let's
Indeed.
go from... I'll look at the Discord call, and I'll start with the top left going down. Kitty, so let's hear from you.
I'm
You have your camera on. You are at
That's
the top.
Kitty. Yes, I know. I forgot my name for a hot second.
Oh my lord.
I'm mildly, I'm not gonna say sleep deprived, but there is something wrong in my brain. I play D&D with these guys. They're cool. Yes. And
I
I
think I
also
know
do
what
art.
is wrong. It's the amount of wrinkles. There's too many.
There's too many wrinkles in the
wrinkles
brain.
all over
There's
our
so much
knowledge.
thought going on.
But yes, that is me. I do the art. Onto the others. Shoo.
Alrighty then. And now on to you, Angels. Let's hear it.
Hi, I'm Angel's Purgatory. If you already don't know who I am a funny little guy on the internet who have my own stuff on my own channel by the exact same name. I've been here a few times. I'm Ceres in the Vita ad Mortem, and I am going to play Timothy Ignor Magnelius.
So
Hey.
hoity
Nice.
toity.
And now on to you, Briar.
Oh, well. Hi, I'm Briar. If you don't know who I am, I don't know how you found us. The FBI's on my tail. Kidding. If you don't know who I am a video person. I'm a seal on the internet, man. I made videos for a while. I'm trying to again. I do this mostly. This is my life. I do D&D. I run this channel. I hang out with my nerds. I love them. That's who I am. And I will be playing Nezrin Ilkhan. If you've seen Vita ad Mortem Part 1, you know who this is. But you don't know why this is. Ooh.
Ooh.
Coming soon to a theater near you. Anyway. Next.
And now Purple.
Hi, I'm Purple. I'm also a thing on the internet. I exist. I've been on the channel before. I've played Lumi in the last campaign I was a part of, and this time I'm playing Atlas. Move on.
Gotcha. And last but not least, Yasha.
Hello, I am Yasha. Unlike the other ones, I'm not a person on the internet, I'm a person in your closet. You know that thing when you were a child? That was me. Today I'm going to be playing a very
Oh, no.
adorable little orc that may be just above 7 foot tall. He's just a little guy.
It's a little guy.
Just a little guy.
And now last and actually least, myself.
No.
If you're somehow
No.
new to,
Mild
if you're new to this
jingle.
channel, welcome to the D&D games that we run here. And on this channel, there's actually two different worlds. One is run by Yasha, who runs the... help me out, what's the name of the campaign?
The Reclamation.
Yeah.
The reclamation.
Thank you. Who runs the Reclamation, which is a name I was just testing everybody else on, whether or not they would. Good job, everybody, you passed.
Do you know the
Sure.
name of my world?
I mean, yeah. Of course I do.
I do, but do you?
Silly.
I don't think
Don't
anyone
you?
here knows.
I do. I know the world name. Pick me,
Do you
pick
mean
me.
the world of the world?
You
Yeah,
got this.
no.
I believe in
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
name of the
Briar.
planet,
Go
the
ahead.
name of the name of the planet, the name of the continent, the name of the.
The
There's
Oh,
the
wait.
cork board.
I mean Krashutka, right?
Kazushka is the continent, yes.
Krasushka.
I was right.
Oh, but the planet has another name. I
I
know
like that we could hear the sleeve flapping. Oh
Yes.
my.
I did not think I would need to get out my notages.
You don't, because we're
Notities?
going to presently start this campaign. You might want to start new notities.
New notity?
Yeah.
Oh,
Notes.
notes.
No.
I was like, what? I didn't study for this. Was notities?
Isn't it?
Anyway.
Didn't you like steal it from like, I don't know, Swiss or something?
Swiss, Dutch,
Oh.
one of those fake
One of those
languages.
old Viking bitches.
Those
Yeah,
fake
sure.
languages.
I mean, in Swedish you can say notiser.
It's close enough, I guess.
And in America, you could say ah.
That didn't
None
catch.
of that came
Absolutely
through.
nothing. Because
Sad.
Americans don't take notes on their history.
Damn.
Oh.
My 86
not wrong.
page Texas history journal from 7th grade begs to differ.
It was a picture
You're
book
not
though, so
American
it's
anymore.
a.
No, it was not.
Kinda counts.
Shut up. It was not a picture book.
It was one of those color by numbers books.
No, it was okay. You know what? We're going away from bashing the American now.
That would be such a wild concept.
Makeshift. Do not
Anyway.
encourage this.
Sorry. So anyway, back to what I was saying before. This campaign is going to be taking place in Galamora, as you can tell by just looking at that map on the table, which kind of just clearly says Galamora if you're on full screen. And this campaign is going to be taking place in the region from Ghostlight Theater. So Ghostlight Theater was kind of a prequel to this. But you know what's an even better prequel to this?
Today's
Is
sponsor.
that series? Is that series that Briar's making?
Oh,
You should really go listen to it. It's pretty cool.
You're
They
very
put
What's
a
up
lot of
now?
work into it. And it's also a backstory to this campaign. So, check it out. It's pretty good.
I didn't intend
So,
for
anyway.
it to be. Let me just put that
Yeah.
out there.
Too late.
All
It's
right.
great.
All right.
Fucking love it.
Okay.
And
Anywho.
so,
There's a knife.
I'm gonna look at my notes, and we'll settle on into the game right
do the-
about now.
Booty.
And so, we enter into the city of Pleiadorus. 10 years have passed since the events that took place where the world at large acknowledges there was a large attack on the Azure Moon Academy, and attendance pretty sharply dropped there. However, election season's getting close, and people are starting to look at Alderic a little bit differently now that he was seemingly involved in the events, but publicity has been a bit stunted on it. He hasn't really been able to keep good favor, and Pleiadorus is looking different than it used to. But life is still pretty similar to what it was before. And within this city, that everybody in the party has almost certainly heard of before, and maybe even visited a few times, we're going to zoom in on two individuals making their way towards a job that they've heard about. And it was the only one of any particular value that suited their skill set. Alice and Tim, you're maybe just like a 1 minute. You can see like the top of a church that you've been heading towards. You're maybe like a 1 minute walk away from its front door. What do you two do?
Well, I think Tim would be talking about his expectations for the job and generally just keeping an eye out, but not for anyone sneaking up behind them or anything like that. No, he's looking at the businesses he's passing by. See which ones he can recognize. See if he can't find any trademark uh, hints of a guild nearby.
You would have passed a couple minutes ago, and you could probably still look over your shoulder and spot like some buildings, but you're starting to get a little on the outskirts of the city where this church is.
Hmm.
But you're just like a stone's throw or two away from like being back in the city, essentially. You're in kind of like a suburbs esque area.
Alice, what would you be doing? What are you
Alice is probably also scouting, like looking around, but she's not looking at businesses. She's kind of keeping an eye out for threats because that is kind of her job. We're also thinking of like, we're going to a church. I don't think there's many churches that would actually have a lot of space for someone of her size, unless it's a stable. So she's like, kind of thinking to herself, I'm gonna be sitting in a stable if we have to stay here for the night or something.
And as you're considering that, the area around you. Oh yeah, almost forgot. While you're also describing how your characters are thinking about the situation, can you also give a brief description of what your characters look like?
Do you want to start?
Sure, why not? Let's talk about the big centaur looking mommy.
Hell yeah!
Alice is a centaur barbarian. She's got short brown hair and she's got her goggles. She looks a bit traditional, like tribal kind of traditional. Wise.
Yeah, we got the big muscular centaur lady. Hell yeah. And Tim, could you describe your appearance?
Yeah, so Timothy is a, a rather ordinary ginger man. Long hair, a nice beard, kept in check by him daily. Freckles, uh, you know, keeps his pale skin a little nicely decorated. But probably the most, the- probably the thing that stands out most with him is the company he keep. Not only Alice, but also a mule that carries all of his goods essentially in a cart behind him. Other than that, he wears very fine clothes. Red and black and gold stand out the most, and he carries a staff at all times, either on his in his hands, or just on his hip, but always close by.
Nice. And as you two are strutting your stuff, walking towards this church, what little trees there are nearby you quickly start to part, and you can make out the frame of the church, not just the frame, the whole presentation of the church in front of you. It's not exactly grand and regal like a cathedral, but it's clearly a church that's been tended to as well as it could be. The plants look nice, the yard around it's nice, and there's a stone wall fence surrounding the whole thing that's a little taller than hip height. But the building itself isn't really much to sneeze at. It's just kept clean, and it's a smaller stone church. It even looks like there's a few parts on either side of it that might have been built out after the fact, or maybe just repurposed other buildings. But it's not all stone. Seems like there's wooden parts around the back, or maybe flanking either side of it. But the entrance is blindingly obvious. It's a very much so welcoming your entrance sort of archway door.
He looks at the surrounding buildings and nods to himself before he says to Alice, "Well, at the very least, they get some nice donations."
Alice looking around as well. In a very more masculine, feminine voice, she's going to say, Agreed. You know. Yeah, looks nice. They've kept it up to good.
Also explains what they're offering for the job. And he's gonna see if he can't find a spot for his mule Grumpus anywhere before heading inside.
Gotcha. You head on inside. Well, the door is shut. It's got a nice big knocker on it, singular,
Uh,
not plural.
Yeah,
You demon.
he walks up to it and well, he knocks, steps back, gives it some space.
You do that, and even through the thick door, you can hear a little bit of chatter, but you hear a voice call out and just barely hear something like, "Oh, mama, just a moment." And like some steps on the stone floor. And the door squeaks open. The hinges are clearly a bit dirty, but it opens nonetheless. And you see an older looking gentleman peer out from around the corner and go, "Pardon my frankness, but are you here for the quest?"
Why, yes, we are.
"Ah, well then, right this way. Don't worry, you'll be able to get through the door. I just have to." He like bends over and reaches something like right at the base of where the two doors meet, and you hear like like a clicking noise, and he like swings them both outward, and you can see there's like a latch down like in the middle of the door for that right side door. He goes, "All right, now come on in. There's already others waiting for you."
Alice gives a slight head bow of thank you.
So, are you the one in charge of the details of this quest, or is it someone else?
"Oh, we can discuss that in a moment. I actually was about to start describing it to those two," and he points a bit further into the church, where you can see looks to be quite a tall individual and quite a short animal sitting next to it, just up ahead. But it's a bit shady in there, so it's kind of hard to tell from the doorway what they look like.
Well, the day won't get any younger. We'll follow along with.
Nice. He just like shuts and latches the door behind you as it's gonna swing around if he doesn't. Then he starts walking, and do you follow his lead in, or like wait for him to start walking? You just start walking in.
No, he's gonna wait for him.
Gotcha.
Proper.
Let me zoom in a little bit to this image so I can see. Yeah. Okay, so you enter into a small kind of. Is the word foyer?
It's foyer, and it's
Foyer.
technically
Sorry,
it's
I'm
more like
American.
an entry courtyard.
Yeah, like a little space before you're in like an actual room, a little entry courtyard looking area. And there you see standing quite a tall, what seems to be orc, and a small furry creature next to them. Yasha, could you please describe your character, and then Kitty, yours?
I am playing Flowers, who is I just looked it up in my own notes. 7'8" tall barbarian, 5 foot wide, who has a lot of scars over his body. I think he has pants by now, if I remember correctly, Kitty. We did say
Underwear
that.
and something like a kilt. Yeah,
Yes,
he is wearing
exactly.
clothes.
And apart from a belt across his body that is holding his great axe, that is the only clothes he is wearing. He also has no hair apart from on his ass.
I think he has eyebrows.
Are we sure about that?
I think I gave him eyebrows.
Hold
I
on,
hope.
let's take a look at the art. Let's take a look at
I
the
might have
art.
forgotten.
I sincerely hope that we don't notice that he has hair on his ass.
You shouldn't.
Unless you go look.
Don't bend over, don't bend
We
over, don't bend over.
Bend over. Who's
I
that?
hardly know her.
He is also very much currently scritching the furry creature's head.
He's
Oh.
Yeah.
reaching real far down. And Kitty, could you describe the furry creature?
Yes, the furry creature is indeed a tabaxi who's. Her name is Malin. She is 3'7", so small as shit. With like. She is ginger and has like orange hair that fades into a bit of a black, and long pointy ears. Is small cat. She's purring quite a bit, being petted. Eyes closed. She doesn't see anything other. Or she isn't perceiving anything. She's just there. Jesus.
So you see that in front of you.
He'll turn to Alice. Well then, if these are the people we are going to work with, how about we go introduce ourselves? And
Sounds like Alice is gonna say, yeah, sounds like a good idea. While also being like, damn, I'm not the only big one here.
he'll go forward and sort of not burst onto the scene, but he'll proclaim. Greetings. I assume that you are the ones we'll be working together with for this quest.
You see the orc like stop petting Melon for a second, like almost making sure she's paying attention that the continuous head scratching.
She will actually like take his hand off her head, and step forward a bit. Language is really hard. Yes. Greetings. Are you also here for the quest?
Yes, indeed. We both are. My name is Mr. Timothy Ignar Magnelius, but please call me Mr. Magnelius. And this here is Miss Alice Little.
Mr. Magnelius, right? Okay. My name is Malin. Just Malin. This is Flowers. Oh, yes. This is Flowers.
Timothy Magnolius. Timothy Magnus.
You're right there.
He
Timothy Magnus.
He has a bit trouble with the big words, so I guess big names are also not his strong suit. We can figure something out. He just called me Mao for the first few, I think, weeks, so it's
Yeah.
he'll get used to it.
I got a bit distracted by her ears. They are fluff.
I see.
They do look fluffy, yes.
She will look up at Alice. Oh dear. Are you taller than him? Looking in between Alice and Flowers.
You see Flowers like, is she? Like stand up fully, because he was still essentially sitting down.
Timothy looks up at Flowers. And sort of sighs a little bit.
Looks like you're gonna have to be looking up a lot.
No. I'm just annoyed that there's another one now.
Oh, you'll get used to it.
Unfortunately, I never will, but... So, how come you accepted this quest? I suppose it's for the same reason we both did. Money.
Well, yes. I guess it also has a good influence on the surroundings, but we need money. Yes.
That's understandable. He looks between Flowers and Alice. Which one of them is taller?
Alice, definitely.
Yeah, Alice is
Nice.
just like, I don't feel bad either, because
I don't remember having to look up to someone before. That's new. And you see him smile.
Alice also gives a smile and just goes, my neck hurts from looking down a lot, so it's nice for someone to be a bit more eye level.
He looks at her, looks her up and down, is like, wait. Looks to the side, like, you can see his entire body shift over to look behind you. Huh. Looks back up at you. Have I seen one of those before? No, that's new. I heard of your kind before. You're
Centaurs.
Centaur. Yeah. Yeah.
Good job.
And you'll see him smile, just like, Centaur. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Alice got a smile on her face and it just keeps getting bigger each time you attempt it. It's like, you got this!
Give me a intelligence check to see if you can properly say the word centaur.
Good thing I have a -2.
Oh god.
This could only go well. 7.
You get like halfway there, but not quite.
Centra. Centra.
Almost. We'll work on that one. I'll write it down and we can work on that this evening.
He can't read.
Oh yeah, she's gonna read it out to him and then make him repeat it again until he gets it right.
Good. Right. That'll work. Yeah. Centra. Fifi Centra.
Her name is Alice, right? That was
Alice.
your name. Yeah.
Yes.
Alice.
Would you like to be called that or Miss Little?
Alice is just fine, thank you.
Okay.
He Timothy looks between the two of you. And you see like something click in his head for a moment as he takes like a half step back from Balin.
Yeah, sure. And she will basically turn back to Flowers and then briefly make like the uppies motion with her hands and then jump onto his shoulder on her own.
He'll give her like a staircase of hands, essentially.
Yeah.
Knowing very well she don't need to be picked up.
Yeah. And like
So-
sitting on his shoulder, he's tall. Can look at Alice. I hide.
Is it?
That's a way to do it, yeah.
Is it only you two, or I sort of expected there to be more people? He looks
You-
around the half-empty church, I guess.
You hear like a little like a tiny lighter get struck, and when you look over towards the noise, if you do, you see the old man a bit more clearly as he's lighting a candle. He's holding like one of those little like candle putter outer devices. And the top of it, instead of looking like a bell, looks like a skull. But he's currently lighting a candle right now, and he goes, "Does my heart well to see so many different races immediately strike it off so well. Now, pardon me. You actually do have two more compatriots. One of them was quite the early bird, beat you all here, and the other is our own dear Nesrin. Sister Nesrin, you can refer to her as if you please, but do ask her. We don't like putting too many restrictions on people in this church.
Well done. He looks around. Will she be joining us soon, I assume?
Well, on the contrary, I would hope that you'd be joining her soon. She's already outside and likely dressed and ready for work. Just one piece of advice. She's a bit sensitive about her eyes, but don't tell her I told you that. And he gives you like this like grandpa smirk. Like, yeah, secrets, you know.
Timothy gives him a knowing smile.
Alice is giving
Right.
a look of like she's thinking, like.
Melon's also thinking, remembering something, and it's like, oh, maybe?
More new faces.
All right, then. Well then, let's not keep her waiting, shall we? And
Yes.
Timothy will sidestep for people to walk past him.
Right then, follow me. And the old man shuffles a bit past you and starts walking at a steady pace over to. He walks further in the opposite direction of the door you all came from. And as he does that, he crosses through a small cathedral area where you can see a handful of pews. It's definitely a cathedral room, and this is definitely the largest room in the building, but it's pretty small for a church. And he just walks across the short length of it, or the width of it. He walks across the width through some other doors, and then you enter into a. If you continue following him, I assume.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. I assume you're all still following him. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry,
yes.
just wanted to check. As you continue following him, he he then walks into another area, and like you can see the aesthetics of the room kind of changes a bit sharply. Whereas before you were on these like black stone floors with the occasional would look to be kind of malachite colored stone tiles. It kind of transitioned into these what looks to be paper floors. This area almost seems like it was built by somebody else entirely. You can pretty easily see the transition in the building. But he just kind of takes a few more turns, goes this way and that way through like two more doors until they then step out into this like half courtyard, half graveyard. It looks to be the road out of this place. Or no, I'm looking at the wrong one. He steps out into just a courtyard. This isn't the graveyard. And when he steps out into that, he holds the door open for everybody to walk through. When you are there, you see a tall, darkly shrouded woman standing next to a cart, as well as this pretty, like relatively short. He's like a 5'5", like below average height man, wearing some dark clothing. He's got his hair pulled into a ponytail, standing out by the cart. And they're just kind of like hanging out, and they don't really seem to be like chatting too much. Briar, can you please describe your character to the party as they see them?
Absolutely. Sorry, hold on. I gotta get all my sound stuff set. That's. Hold on 1 second.
Can I make an animal handling check to see if I have made friends with a bird on the way there?
You know what? Sure. Give me an animal handling check to see if you made friends with a bird indoors on the way there. If you get a 20, yeah, you did make friends with a bird.
Aw. Sad.
You didn't have your
Unfortunately,
Disney
we do
princess
have
moment.
we do have that anti-pigeon net up in the cathedral. So the woman, she is wearing women. She is wearing the robes of the Death Church. It's a green jacket, a black undershirt. She is also wearing a chain shirt underneath, just for a little protection, as well as a black and purple corset. But the most notable thing that she is wearing is this very wide brimmed hat with a veil that drapes down in front of her face, because her face, one half of it is very burnt and scarred, to the point where some of her teeth are even showing through like a hole in her face. Clearly been through some physical trauma. And the other half of her face is covered in 7 bright green eyes, as she is a fallen Asmar. She has these cute little pointy ears that kind of brush up against the top of the hat. Very long, dark, almost dusty black kind of hair. Not that pretty, sleek black, but it's almost as if someone kind of threw oil on yellow duck feathers. That's the kind of shade of black she has going on in her hair. And she's wearing gloves, and she has a short sword around her belt that looks completely different from everything else she's wearing. The hilt is gilded, almost in gold, and it has a little half moon symbol on right above the guard, and it's pure silver all the way down, or not silver, steel. Sorry, and it is very contrasting to everything else she's wearing. And she's currently standing near the cart, her hands clasped in front of her, finishing up a prayer for protection, the death god.
And you can see that the man standing with her is just not really standing. He's sitting on the cart. He has a bow slung over his shoulder that doesn't look particularly fancy, but well enough made. It's not like some branch he threw together, but he looks to be a bow user, and he looks to not really look very talkative. That is all. They're about like 5 seconds of walking away. They're, shouting volume distance. You still have to walk over to them to see the fine details of their face.
Malin is actually going to hop down from Flowers' shoulder and bound ahead of the rest of the group and up to Nezrin, up to the dark cloaked figure or veiled figure, and sort of curiously move her head to almost glance under the veil before stepping back and then just stretching out her hand upwards.
The closer you actually, what is my passive perception? Hold on a hot second. I want to see something real quick.
Not too good with that 9 wisdom of yours.
With that what now?
9 wisdom?
I have 18 wisdom.
Then your little card needs correction later.
Fucking shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it does. Holy fuck.
What
No.
incarnation?
You know what? If that's the scuff, I'll fucking take it. No, my wisdom is 18. Thank you very much. Briar. Hey, producer, dumbass, fix this.
Hey, yo, don't call my producer a dumbass.
Your producer's an idiot.
We don't talk about the producer
No.
like
Your
that.
producer's stupid. Stinky poopy head. Doo-doo face.
I will not allow
No,
anyone to
like
talk
that.
shit
No.
about my friend Pump Shotgun.
Not even my friends.
There you go. Yeah, no, my wisdom is 18. I forgot how to calculate passive perception. Whoopsie.
It should be on your skill list.
Aha, where? Dark vision 60 feet.
Right next to the plus.
Right next to the plus. 14. Yes. You're not like hiding the fact that you're peeking under her hat, are you?
She like briefly goes to peek and then like realizes, wait, that's rude, and then stands back up
Oh,
and
okay.
stretches out the hand. I'm like, I'm Malin. Sister Nesrin? Ilkan?
She opens her eyes. She'd already finished the prayer. Yes. Have we met before?
We have. There's. I think it was 5 years ago? Maybe.
Oh,
no.
right. When I first came here. Yes, I remember you now. You're looking much better.
Thank you. You also look very well. Yes, I mean, the scars seems to have healed a bit more. If I don't want to peek it. I know. I'm sorry.
You've already seen most of my face.
I mean, yes, but it's still, rude to look at something that someone else wants to hide. So, yes.
I understand. And she will take your hand and shake it very nicely.
Very mindful. Very demure.
Very demure, very mindful. Yes. Once she's finished shaking your head, she'll look up at everybody else, and the closer you get, the more you realize the veil doesn't really obscure much. It's more to just have a degree of separation for the people looking at her.
Mm.
And she'll look at everybody. Is anyone gonna do anything?
Yeah, Mr. McNeilus is going to step forward slightly, just like a step or two, still keeping a respectable distance. It is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Timothy Ignar Magnelius. You can call me Mr. Magnelius.
I was planning to.
Wonderful. And this here is Miss Alice Little.
Alice gives a little way.
Miss Little. And Nezard will bow her head in respect.
Flowers.
Your name is Flowers?
Yeah.
Do you
I
like flowers?
I do.
Nezard will step forward and she'll cup both of her hands together and mutter a couple of words. And I would like to... Heck, I didn't put it in. I make sure you give us prestidigitation, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. I would like to use prestidigitation to make a tiny little lily of the valley in my hand and then hand it to him.
Oh, how'd you do that? She picks it up, looks at it,
It's so small in his
sniffs
hand.
it, sniffs it, it almost goes up his nose.
She chuckles, and then she'll do like very small jazz hands. Magic. Yeah.
Useful tool, ain't it?
Indeed.
Is it like hers? And she points. He points at Malin.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen her magic yet. So I assume I will get the chance in time.
Oh. And he will tuck the flower into his belt. Very carefully.
Aw. She will look over at the guy in the cart. Would you like to introduce yourself, or should I do it for you?
He looks over at the group. My name's Wayland. Get in the cart. We're burning daylight already.
Could stand to be a bit more polite. And she like tugs at her gloves.
Agreed.
Transportation. Wonderful. Is it far we're going?
Couple of hours, that's all. We'll be back before sundown.
Wonderful. Let me just fetch Krampus. And he is going to walk around the other side. You can pick me up on the road. And he's going to go and fetch his things.
You do that.
Is he the merchant that I've heard about? And she'll look over at the other church member, the one that's incredibly smooth. And she says it a little, not mockingly, but almost. Oh.
He
Define smooth.
walking up a little bit from behind the group because he's about to just like walk back into the building, get back to chores in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "Well, I would presume so, seeing how that's the only human in the group."
I see. Nestor will look over at Alice. What was that you said, dear?
Smooth. Are you talking
At haggling,
silver-tongued
darling.
or the
Yes,
okay.
silver-tongued.
Yes, I say silver tongue. It is too many definitions, too many words.
I see. Well, let's not anger the boy any longer. And she looks at Waylon like,
He just gives like a small eye roll and like just like looks towards the head of the cart and doesn't really look at you.
Are we all supposed to go on the cart?
I
'Cause
believe it might be prudent for our... She looks at Alice, looks at Flowers. Above averagely height friends, if they're comfortable walking.
I always walk.
Yeah.
Sometimes have to carry Mr. Sir over there when he's drunk. But hey.
Oh, you
Oh.
have to carry him? Do we just pick him up?
No,
I could pick him
sometimes
up
I've
for
had
you.
to. That's very sweet of you. But yes, sometimes it's I gotta coerce him to get onto my back. At least he cleans up afterwards. That's all I ask.
Duly noted.
He comes around with a mule and a cart.
Ah, 2 carts.
What was that?
Nothing.
Oh, 2 carts. Yes. Though unfortunately, this is just for my merchandise.
I mean, I can ride on Flower's shoulders. That's the way we always do it.
He's very light.
Well, I will unfortunately have to ride in the cart. I can't walk for long periods of time, and she will climb into the cart and sit at the opposite side from Mr. Emo Band over there.
Be my
You do
guest.
that, and as you're stepping up into it, you can hear Timothy's cart starting to come around the corner.
Yeah.
Alice will walk on the side by Nezrin. She's not gonna stand by emo dude.
You do that.
Timothy gets into the cart and is prepared.
Yeah,
Flowers will have
You do
Malin
that.
up and just stand there, smiling.
oh,
Also, it's worth noting, Nezrin, you're probably driving since this cart belongs to the church.
Good. Then he can sit at the back.
Word. And so, as you all load up into the cart and get into your arrangements, the old father of the church, he says over to Nezrin and as well as to the whole group, "All right, now everybody, this is going to be a dangerous mission, and I cannot express how grateful I am that you're all here for it. But please, don't be so eager to go meet Lord Moros. It isn't worth your life if you think it's too much for you. Turn back around if your lives are in danger. We'll figure out something else. All right?"
Don't worry, Nicholas. I'll keep them safe.
Good. All right then. Off you go, everyone. And he turns and he walks back towards the door he came from to go to the church.
Nezrin will check if everyone's ready, and then she'll start driving the cart.
let's go.
Keep your hands and
A
feet
lot of
inside the
words,
ride.
Flowers.
Keep your
You do
hands,
not
legs,
understand
feet,
enough.
and tails inside the cart at all times.
Only dismount and mount when cart is standing completely still.
Por favor, los paraños. I can't remember the fucking the door speech from Disneyland. Por
Vos den
favor,
ovänta tills
mantengo
dörrarna
alejado de
är
dos
helt
puertas.
öppna.
We ride
And-
it on, bitches. Sorry, go.
And so you're all off on the cart, going down this pretty bumpy dirt road that has some smooth patches, but it ain't too well kept. You kind of snake a little ways through what looks to be some connecting roads, and then eventually you find yourselves just kind of heading through the woods. You occasionally spot some deer here and there after like an hour of travel, but you're just on like one solitary road heading towards like a more like hilly looking area. Kind of looks like you're heading towards maybe even like a mountain pass. But it currently you're just kind of you're just in the woods. There's like nothing going on out here. It's not dense forestry. You can see pretty far, like probably see like half a kilometer in a direction, just through like trees being sparse. But, calm. See deer wandering. No biggie. Do you do anything on the cart ride there?
Yes, Timothy will. Well, he'll try to make conversation with the guy sitting across of him, but realizing how little this guy talks at all, he'll instead turn to Nesrin.
Okay, you try and talk to Nezrin.
So, Sister Ilkan,
Mm.
if you wouldn't mind, if you have any more details regarding the job, it would be highly appreciated. The flyer did state that it was dangerous. It's why it caught my bodyguard's attention. He motions to Alice.
Makeshift. How much do I know?
Yes. One more time. How much do you know about what?
How much do I know about the job?
The job. You do know that you are about to go try and kill what is most likely a large ogre or a hill giant,
Mm.
but it is most likely a large ogre.
Okay.
Aside from that, you just know the payment details, and that's about it.
Do I know why?
You do know that the only reason the Death Church has put up this bounty
Mhm.
is because this one road leads to a branch of the Death Church located in the village that you're going to called Wellsprings. And it's kind of their duty to help clear it out if they can. Otherwise, the town's slowly going to starve from lack of proper supplies getting to it.
Mhm.
People can only get to it on foot without taking the road.
Gotcha. Yes. We're being sent to dispatch of an ogre, hill giant, I think it's an ogre, that is currently blocking the only way in and out of Wellspring. This cut off our church there, and if we do not help in some sort of way, the church and probably starve.
So interesting.
Yes.
Alice, he sort of leans over a little bit. Have you ever encountered a hill giant or a ogre before?
Have I?
I don't know. Have you? Is that in your backstory?
No, she is not.
Then, nope, you have not. You know
No.
of them.
Just simply put it, no. Again, this is a more masculine, feminine voice, like female voice. I cannot do that, sadly. My vocal cords say nope. So
Rip.
That's all I really know, other than the payment information.
Well. Can I roll a history or a nature for ogres and hill giants?
Yeah, sure.
Which one would you like?
Give
History or
me,
nature? Or
whichever. Give me a nature if you want to learn about maybe biology or weaknesses. Give me a history if you want to know about whether or not one or the other would be here.
Okay, yeah, I'll do history. Wow,
6.
11.
It's kind of weird for them to be here, but don't know much about these things. It's over, hill giant, who knows? Big monster go burr. Danger.
Big monster, go bird.
Dangerous.
I guess that's not where his main focus is. He's hearing town cut off, and he's arriving with goods and services.
Oh my god.
Uh,
So yeah, he's scratching his beard a little bit. Well, don't know much about either of those things, but I do know what happens to a town when it gets cut off and access is granted once more.
Oh.
He leans forward on his leans his head on the staff. Trade.
Trade.
Mercantilism.
Is
Barter.
Millen currently still on Flower's shoulders, or is she in the cart?
She's still on his shoulders, but like leaning with her
Okay, you're
head.
a bit further back as Flowers got distracted by something on the side of the road.
So you
Alice looks like, come on, keep up.
Yes, and you'll pick a couple of flowers and waddle forward and just give it to Nezrin. I don't know what he would get.
probably like
But-
dandelions or something.
Yeah.
Dandelions, daisies.
Something like that.
Oh, why thank you, dear. And she will happily take them and she'll tuck them into like a little strap around like the bump in her hat. And then she'll get back to driving the cart while returning to the conversation. So you are the merchant I've heard about.
Indeed, I am. Quite successful, I do have to say. Not to brag too much, but well, there's a reason why I'm wearing the clothes I am. And he smiles a little bit.
I do not know much of the merchant world, so do forgive my ignorance and don't mistake it for disinterest.
Do not attribute to malice what can be attributed.
Oh no.
Or what else have you?
Would you mind repeating that last bit? My internet went,
No,
not
that was
only yours.
Discord shitting the
Oh,
bed.
Discord shat itself. Oh god, here we go.
Do not attribute to malice what can be attributed to disinterest.
I mean-
Incompetence feels like the wrong word at this certain moment.
I do appreciate you not calling me incompetent.
I have my way with words. It's what I'm more generally known for.
Really?
Being a merchant is all about saying the right word to the right person. For example, Wellsprings, right? That's the name of the town.
Yes.
Well, I assume we're like very far inland, right?
Yeah.
A small little village far away from the sea won't have easy access to things like salt. Salt is a very common thing for cooking, especially when you live near the sea. Especially since it enhances its flavor. So, with a lack of trade, with salt deposits inside their homes going low, demand, availability.
I do hope you don't plan on price gouging these poor people.
I will take a reasonable compensation for the goods I carry.
Of course. You need to make a profit as a merchant. I
It's
just
all
do hope it's a fair price. And she kind of gives him a look like, I'm watching you.
He'll look back at her. We'll see.
Hmm.
I know the standard price for salt in and around the coast.
I heard that stumble.
Yeah, in and
General.
around the coast.
General.
So a little upcharge won't be the death of them. And in the end, salt is not a necessary product for survival.
She kind
I
of
am
looks you
not-
up and down for a second, then turns back to the road. Understandable.
He'll finish with, if there's one thing that I am not, it's a war profiteer.
That's good to
Second
know.
worst merchant.
And she will fall silent again. Not really having anything else to talk about. If someone else wants to talk to her, by all means. However, she will not bring up conversation.
Actually,
Gotcha.
Timothy turns to Malin and Flowers. How long have you two traveled together?
Oh, us?
Indeed.
She's still sort of laying on his shoulders, hands crossed below her chin. Well, I think...
Since the bear.
Yeah, the bear... I think that was 3 years ago now. Maybe a bit more. But 3 years, yes.
Sounds like an interesting story. What's this about a bear?
Oh, Well, the first time that I met him, I was on my way home from the village, and I heard a bear growling and someone making sounds, someone talking. And since I know that the bear is dangerous, especially like in his territory, it's quite territorial and all that. I wanted to help, and then I saw him cuddling the bear,
He's
and the
fluffy.
bear was sort of purring. It was weird, but I took him in, and he had sort of lacerations all over his arms and chest, and so I treated that. And yes, then we sort of stuck, I guess. He helps with the herbs and the gathering, and well, when there's people who don't mean well, he helps with that as well. And I take care of him.
An herbalist, then.
Something like that, yes.
What do you know of salves, more specifically regarding pain?
I mean, I've made quite a few pain hindering salves in my time, though I would not say that I'm very proficient at it. I mean, any particular reason you're asking?
Well, I always try to keep a stock of pain-relieving salves around me.
That is fair, I guess, yes.
Have you ever tried reusing cannabis leaf in your salves?
Well, I'm not entirely certain. I mainly just find an herbalist, make sure they're trusted, and buy their wares. What it actually is made of, I could never truly keep track of.
My apologies, darling. I was indeed talking to Malin.
Oh, would that sort of thing be nature or medicine?
You can pick either. I think.
Let me roll.
No, what?
Hey, yo!
Hey,
I may have a
No.
+1 in
27.
it, but let me see if I know the funny leaf.
the funny leaf.
Yes!
Is that a nat
Oh.
fucking 20?
It
The first
is!
nat 20 is to see if Flowers recognizes weed. Nice.
May I
I
also
love
do
it.
a nature check to see if I know it?
She's
Yeah,
worked
go
with
for
it
it.
before. That's
God.
probably
I'm gonna
how
have to
he
come
knows
up with a
it.
fucking reason as to why Nesrin knows this.
I mean, Life
5.
Church.
No,
Well,
You-
yeah,
Alice
but
is
the
still
Life
her.
Church and, you know, fun
Alice,
times.
you don't recognize the slang they're using.
A very,
Don't.
very nice feeling when you burn it.
Hmm. True.
Yes,
He
oh, I try not.
stares off into the distance, completely dissociate, but he heard weed.
She pats his head a bit.
You
And
can
then-
also get a similar feeling by, what is it? I haven't made it myself. I spoke to another healer. Distilling it into butter, I believe.
Oh, the
Using it-
oils.
Yes, the oils. Thank you.
Yes, yes. That is also very effective, yes. And she will look back to Tim. I could. I mean, when I'm back in my hut, I could make something for you, if that is something you're looking for.
We'll see after this little ogre thing is over.
Yeah, fair enough.
What makes you confident that it is an ogre?
Just general guessing.
General guessing.
I'm not entirely sure. I don't know much about hill giants or ogres, but I think one of them doesn't like fire, so I'm hoping it's that one.
Would you bet your life on hoping and guessing?
Waylon.
This is an important question. If what we're going up
What
against
does
is a
that
hill
mean?
giant, that's no slouch.
Well, I won't be the one standing toe to toe with it.
Do you know something about hill giants, Wayland?
I know plenty of things about plenty of things. That's all I need to know to do a job.
But
But
Unlike
sharing
figuring
them
out the
with
correct-
us may raise our chances of survival. And she speaks with that, like, fake happiness that is, if you do not stop being a little shit, I'm going to bend you over my knee.
Whoa.
Not in the sexy way.
Fine then. Pop quiz to everybody here. How are you certain it's an ogre? There is an answer, and it will determine whether or not we die today.
All right, what am I rolling for this makeshift?
Yeah.
You can give an intelligence check or a nature check. Actually, nature check. You're gonna need to do that
nature
one.
check straight up. Got it.
An 18 at a time.
A
Hey.
Holy crap,
20.
the 18 and the 20 pass.
Lovely.
Anybody beneath an 18 does not pass.
So how do I answer this question, makeshift? How do I make this boy eat his words?
Yeah, that was
So-
also give the look of, I will stop you on the ground.
Nezrin, you are aware that based on the reports, the town nearby, which is not very far, has not received any damage. It's just that the road is unsafe, as well as the fact that you know that a hill giant would be much more likely to go destroy the town as well, rather than just camp out by a road. They'd probably also move around more and have groups with them. With
So-
all of that in mind, it is much more likely an ogre.
Okay. I'll let you tell Alice what she knows before I speak.
Alice, you have yet to hear the report about how the town isn't really destroyed or troubled, but you could probably guess that based on the fact that this mission is to go help them get supplies to the town, so the town's probably still there. And you also know the information about how an ogre is much more likely to behave this way, and a hill giant probably would have destroyed the town as well.
Well, a hill giant would have likely destroyed Wellsprings by now. The ogre seems to be on the road somewhere, likely not moving. The hill giant would have just rampaged.
Good. And if you didn't know the difference between those and you just bet on your luck, well, trying to keep you alive, you would have ended up dead, or at least there would have been a 50-50 chance of dying. Now that we know it's an ogre, we know a few things about it. One, it must be abnormally big since it's getting mistaken for a hill giant based on its size. And two, since it's so big and ogres are not very hygienic, he glances around, mainly over at flowers, which I'm sure nobody here would know something about that.
Ahem.
Ogres have a tendency. What would you say?
She cleared her throat to be like, mm-mm. Mind your manners, boy.
Anyway, ogres have a tendency to try and keep their feet as safe as possible. They don't like getting them marked up or anything, otherwise infections will seep in. So, if you sprinkle some caltrops on the ground, you can massively limit its mobility.
Is that your plan?
Then you can... Yep, then I'm just gonna pelt it with some arrows until it dies. If it gets past those caltrops, I run between trees. Hopefully it's not big enough to knock them down.
Are you planning to do this by yourself?
If I had to, that was my strategy.
Well, luckily, you do not have to do this by yourself. You have 5 other people here willing to help you.
He glances around at the group.
He smiled.
Right
Timothy
you
smiled.
are. So everybody, what part do you have, or what plan do you have in mind in how to do this better than me?
Nezrin purses her lips together, tightens her hold on the reins like, you motherfucker.
Timothy straightens up and holds out a hand to sort of frame in Alice. Alice here is the strongest person I know, and that is saying something.
Hi. And she's giving him a look of like, you have just been insulting this man's intelligence, and I know damn well he's not that stupid. Please don't.
What kind of weapon is Alice carrying?
Great axe.
Gotcha.
With her raw, unadulterated strength and rage, and me quite literally shouting from the sidelines, there isn't a foe we have encountered that has killed us.
Hi.
Obviously, yes.
Hey Alice, can you beat an ogre in an arm wrestle?
Could. Possibly. Depend. The size.
Hypotheticals will get us nowhere.
She's got a point.
Then I'll cut to the chase. This ogre is going to be a lot bigger than you and plenty stronger. If you're trying to beat it in strength, you will die. I'd say... He glances down at your axe. Try cutting its ankles. That could also limit its mobility.
Ah,
You know, I'm up in the forest by myself with family once in a while. I don't need somebody else telling me how to wound something.
He puts his hands up in the air in like mock surrender. And goes, alright, any other plans?
Well, when Soldier comes, he will go in and smash. That is just him. But I mean, I can summon some guardians. Something to maybe give us a bit of health, or and she'll sort of like snap her fingers as if trying to remember something as I look through my stuff.
Gotcha. He responds by saying, it'd be best if you can summon something that can fly. That way an ogre couldn't reach it at all.
I'm sorry. Soldier? You say that like it's name or a person, but
I mean, it's flowers, but it's not Prekop, it's Bjorko. You'll see it. He won't attack you as long as you don't attack him. So just don't stand in Flowers' way.
Flowers, by the way, has not been listening to a word that has been said. He's just smiling and looking forward.
you
I'll
These
just
guys-
look for you. I don't think I'm going to be standing in his way. More beside him.
These guys earbuds in listening to Madonna.
I was thinking ABBA, maybe?
money, money, money
Must be funny.
in a rich man's world.
Nezrin still has not said her plan out loud.
Well then, any other ideas? Aside from summoning,
Remind me, is it ogres or giants that do not like fire at all?
ogres don't like them. They live
Wonderful.
in swampy marsh areas, so if they're dry, fire will hurt them a lot.
Wonderful. Then I'll be pelting fire from the sidelines.
Oh, Nezrin adjusts herself.
Do I catch that?
Up to you. She's not necessarily hiding it.
Yeah, he notices that.
Okay.
I plan to Polycon. Polycon. That's. God damn it, Briar.
Paul Accord.
Polycord. The Paul Atreides?
On the court.
I plan to call upon the magic of Lord Moros, and if you've never seen it before, it can be quite intimidating, to say the least.
Death is always intimidating, but it's just a part of life.
She kind of looks at Alice, and then looks back ahead at the road. Please inform me if any of you have a problem with necromancy.
I personally don't quite understand it fully, still, but don't need to.
If it'll kill it faster, the better.
Would have been useful back in the day.
Back in the day.
Don't worry about it.
Either way,
All right.
I can manipulate the weave and the spirits to aid me in battle. My lord, cannot speak today. My apologies.
Well,
You're
then,
excused. Okay.
let's keep our noses sharp and hearing sharper. I guess we'll hear or smell this thing before we see it.
Well, I mean, hopefully we'll smell it first, if we haven't gone nose blind.
She turns and looks at him. I hope
When
he can
you-
feel the mom stare that's like, "Don't you dare, young man."
He's
Don't
clearly
make
trying
that
not to make
for this part around.
you. He's clearly trying not to make eye contact. He can tell you're looking at him, but
Flowers farts. That's the second nat 20 of the fucking night.
The two nat 20s of the session: weed and fart.
you let out like a perfect reverberating fart, like cartoonish sound effect kind of fart.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
And so
The skirt flutters up behind.
Nezrin, give me a perception check, and everybody else who has Wayland in their field of view also give me a perception check. It is quite easy. It is a 5.
That is indeed a 23.
I was gonna say I don't think I can fail, but then I rolled a nat 1.
Oh,
I still can't fail. That's a 6.
that is still a 6.
It's still okay. That works. Yeah, this is
Timothy
really easy.
smells the fart, and it's just oh.
Ugh.
I think I smell the ogre.
As you turn and look at Wayland and anybody who can currently see him, you notice on his dark clothing there's a few ladybugs crawling across like his clothes here and there. There's only like 4 of them, but like it stands out really clearly with the red color. And this is the first time you've noticed it, Nezrin.
Yeah, I know. For in character, ladybugs. Out of character, no. Oh no.
Wait, yeah, Carol.
Where is he?
Hey.
Where is he? Keep your
What's-
head
what's the
down. He's
matter?
aiming for the torches.
Out of character. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
um,
Sure.
Nesrin notices the ladybugs. Turns back around. Well, it looks like you've been blessed by Lady Luck anyway, despite your adherence to her not being useful in this situation.
Hmm? Oh yeah. Look at that. Yeah, they are pretty nice.
Quite
See a lot
lovely
of them around
creatures.
me.
They are quite lovely
They-
creatures.
A good omen in my book.
Good luck in most people's book.
Malin will sort of glance over. And can I use Speech of the Woods to decipher what these ladybugs are saying? If they're saying anything? 'Cause,
I
like,
want to talk to the ladybugs.
yeah.
Put the spell in chat so I can
It
read
is. It's
I
in there.
did.
Oh, there we
It's
go.
right there. Look at that.
Speech of the Woods.
It's also a
Starting at
feature.
second level, you gain the ability to converse with beasts and many fae. You look to speak, read, and write in Sylvan. In addition, beasts can understand your speech, and you gain the ability to decipher their noises and motions. Most beasts lack the intelligence to convey and understand sophisticated concepts. I'm thinking of how this would work. Do bugs count as beasts
Yes.
in D&D?
Yes.
Yeah? Perfect. So you cast that, you just target one of the ladybugs.
It's
on
not a
him, I
spell,
assume?
it's actually a
passive
feature.
It's a feature. I just do that.
Oh,
She just
That's a
speaks to
passive feature.
things.
Yeah.
so you have you can hear their thoughts, right? Something like that. Most beasts lack the intelligence to convey and understand sophisticated concepts.
I can basically read their body language and maybe noises.
Body language. Ha.
As you look at these ladybugs, they seem like it's hard to tell because they are just ladybugs and they just kind of crawl around and do beetle stuff. But they do seem a little odd. They're almost like a little unusually calm for ladybugs.
She
You get
will-
the feeling of being looked at almost. Like somebody patiently watching you, kind of.
She will tilt her head that way and then turn to Netherland. Would you mind if I hopped on the cart right quick? I'm
Of
just curious.
Do be safe.
And she'll
And she kind of slows the cart to a point where Balin could easily jump on and be safe.
Yeah, no, she just she's a cat. She just does that. She can do that. And she will sort of walk right up to Wayland and sort of reach a hand out to try and get one of the ladybugs to crawl onto her finger.
You see Waylon give you this look of confusion as he backs away from you a bit and like clutches the string of his bow over his shoulder and is like, "Whoa, what are you doing?"
I'm just they seem a bit odd. Just hold still.
Just don't try anything strange, okay? Sure, let one crawl onto you. And
Life
he
is
kind of like
strange,
holds
there's
his
nothing.
he holds his right arm out with his ladybug sitting on it.
Sort of get it to crawl onto my finger or onto
Yeah,
the pad.
give me an animal handling check. Let's see here.
Yeah, 14.
14. The ladybug crawls onto your finger.
She will just go like, "Hello, buddy. Who are you? Seem intelligent.
Who are you?
Who are you? Who are you working for?"
Where's Ben?
It does not respond. It is a ladybug. It's vibing on your hand. It's not moving as much as you would expect it to, but it's
Yeah.
just hanging out. just a ladybug. As you respond, as you talk to it, you hear nothing but silence as a response.
Sure, yeah. And she will sort of sit in the cart in one of the other corners and just have it, just look at it strange, the strange little calm ladybug, and be like, "Why are you here? Why are you so calm? You seem. This is not normal bug behavior."
Waylon's just like glancing around at everybody else in the cart, trying to see if anybody else is as confused as he is.
Nezra's not paying
Yeah,
attention. She's paying attention to the road.
Timothy just shrugs. He doesn't know her that well.
Just be careful with it. Crushing ladybugs can be bad luck.
I won't. I won't.
Yeah.
And if everybody's done with role playing in this segment, would you like?
Oh,
Would we
Would-
like
would we
what?
like-
would
Oh,
we like what?
Or the possible ogre?
Yeah.
Repeat
You died
yourself there,
after
buddy.
what you like. And I would indeed like you. However, that is not what you asked.
Oh, is everybody done role playing?
Yes.
Yes.
mhm.
Nice. Okay. So with all that taken care of, you are now a bit higher up in elevation, getting into the hills a little bit, and the road's getting a little bumpier, a little less well kept, and a bit narrower. But you start to get into the area where it's suspected that the target monster is hiding. Everybody, give me a survival check.
Oh, I thought we were gonna say sniff check.
Neat.
Sniff, sniff.
Sniff, sniff. Give me a sniff check. Sniff test. Oh my. That's quite low. Oh well.
Do you want a survival check? Okay.
Yes.
21.
14.
Flowers. You are able to notice, just kind of, you're about to come up on like a bend in the road that wraps around the base of like a hill. But using your height, you get this little bit of extra height, and you're able to see as you're glancing around in nature. It looks like around the bend there's some toppled over trees because you can't see as many treetops on that side. So it's most likely that they've been cleared away by something.
Hmm. You see Flowers straighten out his back and say in a very different tone than what I felt before. Stop the cart.
Oh,
Malin will immediately perk up, look over. Bjarko, hello. And sort of still holding the hand out with the ladybug on it, and then just bound up to him. There's danger?
He looks over, raises an eyebrow at the ladybug, pulls out his axe. Yes.
Alright.
well, I do see what you mean.
This one's Bjarko, the soldier.
Hello. And Nezrid will tip her hat, or well, nod her head, which the whole hat thing. Mavady.
Milady.
Mavady. I hate it.
Soldier will just nod and start moving forward again.
Nezrin will indeed stop the cart. And I'm trying to decide if I should follow him or not.
Wayland hops out of the cart and goes, I'll try and climb up the hill a little bit and scout out what's going on over it.
All right.
Be right back.
Be safe.
And he quietly just kind of like weasel walks his way into the woods and up the slope.
Weasel walks.
Nezrin will get out of the cart and she will take her hat off, revealing the full extent of her face for the first time to those who aren't Malin. Actually, no, it would also, because when they first met, it was the scarf.
Yeah.
Revealing the full extent of her face, and she will put it on the driver's seat. Apologies if the scars are a bit much, but I do need to see properly for this.
I don't apologize.
No need to apologize.
Scars are a sign that we're alive.
Yes,
Leave
yes, they are.
perfection to marble.
All right. And she adjusts her sword and follows after Soldier like, we don't have to talk about it this much. I was just apologizing. My god.
Timothy will stay like a good 10 feet behind Alice wherever she walks.
Well, slowly
Balin is
following,
right behind Soldier.
Nice. And let's see here. So, you're all walking a little bit further up the road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you not waiting for Waylon to come back from scouting?
The soldiers already started walking before he did that.
Oh boy.
He is awaiting the fight. He knows.
Nezrin will not follow Soldier all the way. She'll probably stop maybe a good 20 feet from the cart. And at that point, unsheath the sword and be prepared for anything to jump out.
Yeah. Timothy will stand like 5 feet away from her, from this run. That is if Alice moves up ahead.
No, Alice is not going too far. Well, Desrin stops. It's like, okay, I don't want to go too far because don't want her getting hurt either. It's like
Yeah.
2 squishies with me. She's got the one squishy
Hey,
with him, so it's like,
I'm not that squishy.
Your HP says
Alice
otherwise.
doesn't know
I'm
that.
going
She's
to
not
bite your ankles,
squishy.
boy. Chihuahua style.
Ew.
Hey, I say that because we have the exact same HP, okay?
Okay, and
Yes,
so-
but I'm an Asima. Anyway.
So, as you all walk a little bit further up, you hear a little bit of quiet shuffling coming from the trees. It sounds like Waylon's coming back, and he walks over towards all of you quickly and goes, "All right, everybody. So I did some scouting. Looks like it should be exactly what we thought before. Biggest ogre I've seen in a long time. Oh my, where'd flowers go?
Well, Soldier went up ahead.
Oh my."
Itching for a
He
fight.
like rubs his face. Hope we don't meet Moros today. All right, get in positions. Remember, tack the legs. And he like jogs back into the woods.
With my help, we won't. And she like tugs at one of her gloves.
As he runs off, and Sylvan, Alice is going to say, "Who the fuck made you charge?"
Come now, Alice. He clearly knows a lot more than we do. And plus, worst case scenario, we could just high hoof it out of here.
Question: do you understand Sylvan?
Oh, you said that in Sylvan? Whoops, Daisy. My bad.
Malin understands Sylvan.
She's gone.
Never speak. No,
She's right behind Soldier.
Oh. Wait, where's Malin? Oh,
With Soldier.
of course. All right. Well then. Let's hope this doesn't take too long.
All right, and you all head forwards up the path.
Indeed.
However, you are all currently aware that there is, in fact, a clearing that's going to be coming up on your right.
Mhm.
So you won't be surprised by things from your right side. Do we have the? Let me see here.
We do, but how about we go take a piss before my bladder
Oh
explodes?
yeah, that's a good call.
Yes, indeed it
Please.
is. Piss!
Miss Briar.
it.
We are indeed. Now unmuted. Hello, we're ready. Let's do this.
Hey.
Makeshift. What happens,
Yes.
Mr. DM?
So, you all round the corner, and as you do, you can make out that there is an area where the trees have been getting cleared. And it occurs to you to be ready for combat, because currently you have not been making much noise since you passed the survival check. So, whatever's in there did not hear you coming. And what you see is about like a stone's throw into the woods, where like a bunch of trees have been uprooted and a big patch of dirt is now resting. It's a relatively secluded spot for what it is, even though it's just on the road. You'd have to round a corner to actually see this on either side. You see this big, bulbous, hunched figure leaning over some like big lumps of scrap wood in front of it. And it looks like strewn about the edges of this patch of dirt is some other like piles of like wood. You can see like a few wheels in those. Kind of looks like destroyed carts.
Alice is gonna put her goggles over her eyes. She is now in battle mode.
Hell yeah.
Ah, yeah, main character energy. The goggles.
No.
Story from Skypedia
Jesus
moment.
Christ.
Just turning off my AC real quick.
Look at the boy.
Adjust yourselves accordingly, please.
You got it. There we go.
Let's see. Be right about here at this point.
Wait, where?
You'd all be arriving from the north, so right about. I can't. Right here. You see me pinging that spot? Yeah.
Oh, we're
Will we
arriving
be
from the
arriving
north.
there?
Yeah, because the encampment's on your right. The map is a little twisted around, but the dude's gonna be on your right, and that's where you see the clearing. So Wayland made his way through the trees up at the top of the map. So yeah,
So
Okay.
it is through the trees that we can't
Yeah,
currently
see
see
something.
through.
You can't see through, you can move through. I will
yes.
let you know that.
And everybody who's currently approaching it, give me a stealth check.
Let's
No.
go.
Soldier
I think he
Soldier
chooses
said
to
no.
automatically fail.
said
so do
no
I.
and hits his chest.
Immediately, the big bulbous figure turns his big head towards you. Well, it's kind of tiny head proportionally, but turns his head towards you and straightens out its posture as it picks up this like lump of wood that it was holding onto. Looks like an uprooted tree. You can easily see how people were mistaking this thing for a hill giant, but its face isn't quite humanoid enough. Ignore the PNG there because it's the asset we have. But its face is a bit more almost frog-like. It's just a gigantic ogre. It looks like a gigantic ogre. I hear a cat meowing outside my door.
Tell it to find some donuts.
Sure. And so, you definitely do not get the drop on this thing, as you
The
have
others
marched
do.
straight towards
I
it.
don't.
It looks in your direction, and then it sees everybody in the trees. Actually, I'll have it do a perception check to see if it's able to notice all of you. Using its perception.
Ogre should have shit perception.
Roll 1d20. And it got a 17
Jesus.
as it looked over towards you. Because would it be passive perception if you look over at the tree line, hearing the big like orc walk through it? Would it be passive perception to see the people behind him still hiding in the bushes?
I'd say it's active, so whatever.
Is he actively
17 is
looking
plus-
for other people?
You know what? I think he's too dumb to actively look for other people, but I'll give him an intelligence check to see if he's smart enough to think, one big thing. Maybe two big thing?
Maybe 3 big thing?
What?
He rolled a
No.
7 minus 3. He looks at you and goes, me see one. Me
One.
fight one. And you all do not get detected by the hill giant.
Hell yeah.
Until you need
Yeah.
to do stealth checks if you get to the edge of the tree line, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
What if I don't get to the edge, but I get just beyond the edge?
Edge. Oh.
Soldier will just say as he looks at him, far from home, you'll make a good meal.
Oh my.
Oh, God.
Nice. Roll initiative, everybody.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's start an
Let's go.
encounter.
Is there a way to like right click on a character and just say like roll initiative?
Yes,
You
right
can-
click.
You can add him to the combat thing and then roll his initiative in combat. It is toggle combat state. And you can technically do that to a large group and then click roll all NPCs and then start combat.
Then click roll all NPCs. Where's that?
Yeah, it should be at the top. One of the two buttons, I don't remember which one, with the people. If you have it over.
Top of my screen, or
Top of the combat counter. Go to, you have the chat, you have combat encounter. At the very top, there should be two buttons. One is roll everyone, and one is roll all NPCs.
Roll NPCs. They got those numbers.
Nice.
All right. And then you have to begin combat at the very bottom.
Whoop-pow. Ooh, I like this. Nice. All right, everybody. Malin, it is now your turn.
Yeah, I'm thinking real hard about what I want to do. And first thing I'm gonna do is cast that thing.
Spirit
My
totem.
spirit totems. So I. Oh, is that the first thing? What is the range of 60 feet? Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry. And I'm gonna. Can't see shit, man. That is also not what I wanted. I will get there. Hold on.
Yeah.
Basically, from this point on, a 30-foot radius.
Somewhere in that area, you can choose a point.
That's 60
Yeah.
foot.
Thank you.
Yes.
So actually,
around there. Okay.
What the fuck?
Click
want
on the
30?
symbol and then delete. There
Yes.
you go.
You want 30
Okay.
foot?
Yes, there you go. So this now, like the middle of it, there's a little spirit floating, and it's in the shape of a bear, and it's like growling and very scary. But the area fills up with a soft green light, and you feel a bit stronger. You get like all of the people in the party get temporary hit points equal to 5 plus 5.
So 10.
Temporary hit points, yes. And also advantage on strength checks and saving throws while you're in the aura.
Oh, hell yeah.
So go team. That is my bonus action. For my action.
Nice.
This is gonna be fun. Did want to conjure animals, and I am going to. Fucking kidding me? I wanted to do a bear. Is there a way I can simply put a bear on the map?
I can do it.
Thank you. Sorry, I had very,
No,
very
it's
big.
it's
confusing.
fine. I probably should have checked what you can summon and imported that beforehand.
In my bed.
He's a
That's-
big list.
Oh,
What kind of bear?
a cave bear. Really big and scary.
Bear go rawr.
Rawr.
Oh, rawr.
Come
Rawr.
on, do the thing.
Oh, rawr.
Give it just a second. It's doing its thing.
Hey. I
Before it
should have
was
checked
having
in
its
with
fun.
you beforehand, at least
No,
before
it's fine.
combat.
It's fine. Where?
Duh.
Oh, big boy.
Oh my.
That's a big bear.
That's a cave bear.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
He's making that
Uh,
face. He's singing.
Yes. Oh, I don't know if I can do that also within 60 feet, so yeah, it'll basically be there. Maybe a bit further up, like between the campfire and the ogre, so that eventually it might have
there?
flanking with the soldier. And I myself will move ever so slightly this way.
Don't forget the cave bear has stuff it can do. Right after your turn.
Already? Shit.
Yes, right after your
Yes.
turn, darling. It has bite, claws, and multi-attack. It can make 2 attack, one with its bite and one with its claws.
All right, then it will immediately do that. It will go up to the ogre and do 1 bite and 1 claw attack. I'm gonna
Roll for the
pop this
attack
out
on
over
those.
here. Hell yeah. I got that.
Nice. Roll to attack.
That
You
plus.
just click the attack button.
Brother, I don't have the stat block for the bear. In
Brother,
here, I
check
didn't-
chat.
Look in chat. You can just click the attack button that's appeared.
Oh, my bad. I did not see that.
You good? 18? That's a hit.
That's
Hell
that.
yeah.
Fuck yeah. That is just normal damage. And then you also get.
Using the bite. And a nat 1.
Ooh.
Ugh.
So
The nat
it
1 does
bites.
not hit.
yeah.
What?
No.
You don't
No.
The ogre
But yeah.
immediately turns its gaze towards the bear with a look of confusion as to where the bear came from and goes, It's just making guttural noises of confusion.
Damn.
And now it is Flower's turn.
I would like to rage.
Yeah!
You do that.
And as he does that, number 1, soldiers screams a fucking war cry. And also, his entire face contorts into that of a warthog.
Oh.
Yes. Anyway. He will, that is 15 feet easily within range. He will run forward and do 1 attack with his great axe. Actually, recklessly. Maybe. That hits, but I'm crit fishing. That's not a crit. Sad. I'm guessing a 21 hits.
A 21 and a 13 both hit.
The 13 was the reckless attack.
Yeah, I forgot to do advantage.
Gotcha.
So that is 12 slashing damage on the first attack. And then he will bite into its leg, or attempt to do so.
Oh my.
And
Time
since
to
I'm
go
still
whole
doing
hog.
reckless,
Oh, there it is!
he
That
crits
is-
on it.
3 nat 20s for
Oh,
flowers.
Jesus. Alright,
Oh my.
as he deals 13 more piercing damage, biting it.
So makeshift,
Nice.
you want
Hey.
to know a trick?
Yeah.
Click the Hill Giant token.
Yeah.
Now click apply
Apply
damage was rolled.
in the chat.
right here. A second. Oh, right there. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Damage applied
Ooh.
automatically. You don't have to track it.
I love that.
Isn't it nice?
And you bite into this hill giant. What part of his body do you bite?
His leg.
All right. You bite into his leg. I assume like his knee, thigh area.
Yeah, somewhere there.
Gotcha. And you get them like you get right behind like the fucking kneecap. Like you got him good with that bite. And you start hearing the ogre make these guttural wailing noises in pain.
Good.
Timothy, it's your turn.
You might click on that. There we go. Okay, I've got it. Yeah, we're gonna start with running right over here, just to reposition ourselves a little bit. 35. Sorry, that's fine. Let's see. He's going to. You know what? We're gonna use Bardic Inspiration. We're gonna start with that. Let's start simple. He looks to Alice and says, "All right, you know how this goes. You now have a D8 to expend on your next ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. As for that guy over there, well, let's see if we can create some distance between us and him, shall we?" He looks to the giant ogre and he whispers to himself, "The sheep runs in fear of the wolves in its jaws." As I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers, I need a 14 DC Wisdom saving throw from the ogre.
It makes
Pro tip: click on the ogre.
Yeah.
click on the ogre.
that button.
Oh, baby. Just a moment. Ogre. Yeah.
Now roll
Click
that
on
wisdom
him.
saving throw.
You
Click
can,
on that button in chat.
Yeah.
Fun thing: you can do that for groups of enemies as well.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Ooh.
Wow.
He only has a -1 to. Oh yeah.
Them?
You rolled an 80. That's impressive.
That is impressive for a hill giant, Jesus.
But
He just put on his reading glasses for that
ogre,
attack.
my apologies.
But it still takes half of this psychic damage, which is very decent. Takes half of 12 psychic.
Will it do? Oh, I can click 1/2. There we go. Ooh. Like this.
All right, and with that, that's the end of my turn.
Nice.
Yeah.
And now it is Wayland's turn.
Not so fast.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Nesrin.
I didn't
Nesrin.
fucking think so. Okay. First thing I'm gonna do. I've been waiting to do this in an actual D&D game for a long time.
Ooh, I've been waiting for this one.
Oh boy, I've been waiting for this one. She clasps her hands together. One is still... Like, one has the sword. Clasps her hands together. Call upon you, spirits of the past. And... Oh boy, baby. Guess who's got spirit guardians up right now? So, I indeed do have. I'm sorry for putting another fucking aura on the board. If I can. I may not be able to. We'll
I
see.
think I used the measuring
Aha,
tool.
yes, there we go. It is
Yeah.
15 feet. Yes, they flit around me. So out of the dirt, these like sickly green spectral spirits kind of float up and start spinning around me. They don't really have any corporeal form, but they look like kind of lanky humanoids as they swirl around me. Very spooky. Then, I'm going to run my cheeks. Yeah, we'll get that close. I'm going to run my cheeks my full 30 feet. And yes, I will move the thing. Right there. He is now inside of my spirit guardians, so please do make me a DC 15 wisdom saving throw from that ogre.
Oh boy. He has to make this.
Watch
Wow.
him put on his glasses again.
No.
Aw.
Oh, not quite.
On a failed save, he will take 3d8 necrotic damage, so let me roll that real quick. Damage. Oh, mod. Oh, baby. Yeah, boy.
Nice.
That is 14
Yeah,
necrotic
boy.
damage. And that's my action and my movement. But wait, there's more. My final piece of the puzzle. I'm going to activate my necrotic shroud. So as soon as she gets right up close and personal, the eyes start to glow a little bit. And out from her back, from underneath the cloak she wears, these 6 broken and like almost plucked wings just sprout out from behind her and spread up, and this like spectral dark energy starts to ooze out from the wings as these glowing green ethereal eyes kind of open up underneath some of the wings. And she looks like a very deadly, spooky, Halloween-themed, biblically accurate angel here. And I will need it to make a DC 11 charisma saving throw, please.
Oh boy. Charisma saving throw. Here we go.
Fail. Yes!
Two.
Oh,
0.
let's go! Let's go!
0.
Okay, it is, it's now frightened of me. He's now frightened of me.
Oof. So he has disadvantage on attacks against you, correct?
On every attack, as long as she's within his line of sight.
Here you go. I gave him the status effect for you.
It also cannot willingly move closer to the source of its fear. So
Indeed.
it can no longer. Oh.
If it wants to move, it has to move away from me.
I mean, kind of difficult not to unless it wants to belly flop.
True. Anyway, spooky biblically accurate angel is now on the field. Build online. See you. Not entirely. I still need other shit. But yeah, that's my turn. Now it's Waylon's turn. Have fun.
Nice. On Waylon's turn, he sees all of that shit going on in front of him, and he sees a good opportunity to throw down some caltrops directly between him and the hill giant. Is there a way to mark down the tiles? Can I just draw?
Yeah.
You put
Yeah, you could just
caltrops.
Yeah, you got a little drawing tool right underneath tile controls.
We'll put caltrops right there, and right here and here. So if the hill giant runs over those, as he tossed them in that direction, he will have to take damage from stepping on them if he doesn't perceive them. Which he probably won't, because it's a... I keep saying the term hill giant. That's just because we're using that stat block. It's an ogre.
It's an ogre.
Don't get it mixed up.
Ogre. I can change his
Ogre.
name.
Yeah, that works.
Ogre.
I would
Ogre.
definitely change the name so I don't keep mixing myself up looking at it. But anyway. I have it. He knocks one arrow and shoots one at him, and
His internet is dying again.
It
isn't
is. It's fucking
just
dying again.
grab his. I'm not clicking on him. Oh, I'm in drawing mode. Whoopsie. Select. There we go.
It says ogre now.
And nice. He is going to Oh yeah, I can just open up his character sheet. Click. And then suddenly remember I forgot to give him a bow.
Oops.
Awesome. I'm pretty sure it's 1d8 damage, right?
Yeah, longbow is 1d8.
Gotcha. Doing this the classic way real quick. 1d20 at advantage, since he hasn't been detected yet. Then let me roll 2d20. $12. Yep, he hit.
15.
No, that was 2d20 put together. The
Ah.
higher one was 12. He has advantage.
Ah, I see.
You can put KH behind 2d20 and it keeps the highest.
Oh, gotcha. Roll
You already
1d8.
did, it's fine.
Roll 1d8 plus his modifier's 2. He deals 7 damage with the first arrow, and then say KH.
Yep.
Right?
KH. Keep highest.
Like that? Oh wait, is it roll KH 2d20?
No. It is 2d20 KH. The KH is directly behind the 20.
Oh,
There
no
you
space.
No space.
Oh, he got a 20.
Nice.
Yeah, he crits on the next roll.
Nice.
And he
Hell yeah.
shoots another
Hell
arrow,
yeah.
and it goes. So I'll just increase the damage dice instead of doubling it, because that's what this program will do. Plus 2. And he knocks a second arrow. That thing spun a lot. He shoots 2 arrows, and one of them sinks itself into the shoulder. The other skims along its ear, and from your perspective, everybody, it seems that he just took off the ear of this ogre, and it just flew into a nearby tree on the other side of the arena. And that is the end of his turn.
Purple.
As
Wait, did I
Whoopie.
apply that damage?
No, you just right click the token. In the bar below the token, you just press minus however much damage he took. And
Gotcha.
you click enter.
Did that work? It didn't. Minus. Oh, yeah, there we go. Next up in combat, it is Alice.
Yeah. And she is going to charge at it.
Yeah.
To there. And she's also going to make a melee attack weapon with her
Yeah.
great axe.
Yeah.
Please tell me that hit. Attack, please. Normal. You fucking kidding me?
That missed. You,
Okay, well, good thing about her charging is she can immediately use her hooves.
Nice.
Please.
Give me a hoof attack.
Yeah, should just be a D20, right? It's an unarmed. Oh my god, your hooves are a natural melee weapon. Unarmed strike. It's a D20, right?
Yes, you roll a d20 plus your strength to make an unarmed strike.
Yep.
It's also proficiency since you have hoops at the fucking tavern brawler.
Yeah, that too. Where is Tavern Brawler? Features. This is that.
You hit. Roll for damage.
Okay, so 1d4 plus strength. That's 3 plus 3, so that'd be 6.
Nice. Dealing 6 damage. Since this guy rolled his 3, I'll just I'll double it so that it actually equals 6.
Yeah.
Nice. You
Thank
do
you.
have 2 attacks, by the way, with your great axe. You are level 5.
Yeah.
Multi-attack.
Yeah. And this is one of the reasons why this is learning for me.
All good.
So I guess she's gonna also go for another attack with their axe.
I add my reach bonus to damage on it.
Another 20. You love to see it.
I did.
All right, roll
Hell
that
yeah.
damage.
That is 9. So double that?
You could also, yeah, I could just double that with this thing because there's a 2 in it. Oh, it's so convenient.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah. Dealing
A clean 18 damage, and this ogre's looking bad after round 1 of combat. Because so much shit's on the field now,
Good.
and there's been like 3 crits. And
Um,
now is that the end of your turn?
Yes, that's the end of her turn.
All right. Oh wait, these are the arrows for it. Yep, there we go. It is now the ogre's turn. He is frightened, on the brink of death, and surrounded by shit that is going to try and kill him. He is going to swing at the thing that is probably still biting him, which is this orc right here. And he is going to swing for...
with disadvantage because he is frightened.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, L for keep lowest. If you are doing it by the command.
Keep lowest. 2d20.
11 does
3
not
plus
hit.
8. Dang. He misses, just thunking the ground next to you as he's panicking and flailing about, and he's going to try and smack the other thing that is right next to him and biting him as well, which is a bear. And he is going to try and hit that. Does a 23 hit that bear?
I am fairly certain
It
that
hits- it hits the
the
bear.
bear.
Yeah.
It hits the fucking bear.
All right, and he is going to hit it for... where's my arrow keys? There's my arrow keys. 16 bludgeoning damage
Oof.
on that bear. Do you want to do the thing? Right click on it?
No, because you didn't roll it with a weapon. You'll have to go in.
Yeah,
and-
you'll have
yeah,
to
right.
right click on it and
There you
adjust itself for that way.
I got you. And now that he has tried smacking the 2 things that have bitten him very severely, he is going to attempt to move away from the things that are killing him. He's got to make a perception check to see if he sees those caltrops. Does he do that at disadvantage because he's frightened?
Yes, I do believe so.
It would make sense that he's doing it at disadvantage, so yeah. 9.
Damn, this guy just keeps rolling
Perception's a-
high on. God damn.
Yeah. Perception's a wisdom stat, so -1. He got an 8. He did not see those caltrops. He's gonna move here, step on them, take I think it's 2 flat damage per caltrop. Isn't that?
I don't know. I've
Yeah,
never used
I
them.
think it's 1d4.
I'll give him
As a
a
caltrop is a 1d4.
Yeah, that's a good point. So I'm gonna roll 2d4 just because he's big and stepping on more. This guy's having a bad day.
Yeah, that's rough, buddy.
And take 6 damage by stepping on those things. And then he is going to
How
not
many
fall backwards
opportunity
because
attacks?
Oh, that's true. Crap.
Mhm.
I expected this to be a little bit more back and forth, but after the frightening, I'm like, oh yeah, shit, he has to run away. He can't do anything. Whatever.
Alright.
It's a great demonstration of the strengths of the party in session 1.
Indeed.
Yeah, everybody who's here gets an opportunity attack here. Not the bear.
That's an
though.
11.
Oh. I get to swing with her short sword. Let's go.
You got a hit
18.
with a 13.
I
That I
think
didn't.
my dice isn't stopping because it's stuck.
Ah, that's an 8. Nope.
You might have to
23.
reload the page then, Purple. If the dice is being funky.
No, it says
Yeah.
I got a 23. Says I got a 23 on it.
Okay.
Yep, that hits. Roll
Kill
for
him.
damage.
Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
Come on!
7 plus 10 total damage.
Uh-huh.
How do you want to do this? Describe to me how you kill it.
Yeah!
Yes!
Go purple!
Yeah! Okay. Oh, okay. This baby's first time smacking something as a barbarian. She is going to slice at its ankle to like bring it down closer, and she's gonna behead it.
Oh.
Nice. As it stumbles into the caltrops, halting its movement, you swipe your great axe across the back of its ankles, severing the tendons within it. It falls backwards, and you just bring down your axe on its neck. And it rolls off its shoulders.
Alice is like gonna turn to everybody and do a little headbutt and looking around at everybody else, just like, all good?
Ness will sheathe her short sword, and she'll give you a little, like, small golf clap. Like, very well done. She's still in her spooky form.
Flowers
Malin.
will. Soldier will stop raging, which means that his snout grows back, but not before gulping whatever he had in his mouth down.
Ew.
Malin will run up beside or in between
Put away
the
the
big
axe.
fucking bear and soldier and sort of look at the bear, look at him, up at soldier. Are you okay? Are you hurt? Did any of
Fine.
you get hurt actually?
Roar. The bear responds.
He will
Not at all.
he will give it some scritches behind the big fluffy ears.
Roar, roar, roar. I know how bears sound.
Always a great showing, a battle, isn't it?
You see that the back of Soldier just slouch back into what was flowers. Just, oh, bear! Little, like, ruffle it.
Hold on, soldier. Give me your hands. Flowers.
Huh?
And she will clean the blood off them real quick and a bit off the axe, and then let him go.
Thank you. And just fluffy. Come here. Yeah, you like that. Just gonna
Alice is already pulling a little cloth out of her own bag to like clean off her axe.
Very clean.
Well
I
then.
can appreciate that.
Must keep weapon good, otherwise it no use.
True that.
So,
I do have to say, I
is the
feel a
thing.
little underwhelmed.
I mean,
Tim.
Is the bear just friendly, or do I have to make an animal handling check with strength to squish that bear?
He's just hanging
summoned
out.
creatures are friendly to you and your companions, so it will cuddle.
It cuddles you back.
It almost looks like the two of them are wrestling on the floor.
That's
This is
adorable.
similar to how he found you. You found him.
Something like that, just that the bear was much more aggressive and clawing, and there was a bit more blood involved. Not ogre blood, just theirs. Oh, flowers. But yes. So this was it?
Yeah, that was it. Job well done. Nobody got injured. Made great time.
At that point,
All right.
Nezrin's wings will start to like creak and crunch back into her, and she's adjusting her gloves again.
Timothy looks over and says, "Now the nickname makes sense.
The
Angel
what?
of Death."
Oh, that one. Yes. Well, at least you all didn't run screaming.
I
Better
think that
than
has to do
most.
because I was standing so far away.
By the way, underwhelming it may have been for us, but for mere townspeople, and she kind of looks over at the like campfire this thing must have made. You would have easily overpowered them and snapped their necks, or crushed them to a pulp. By the way, and she like folds her hands in front of her chest, mutters a little death prayer, prays over the thing. We should get into Wellspring, let them know that their problem has been solved, and I must stop by the Death Church up there as well.
Fair.
Alice is visibly like examining it, being like, "No, this wouldn't be." Gotta go in her head.
Can I do a quick investigation check? I want to see if I
Yeah.
can't find any more like trails, or if this is the only one.
Yeah, give me a general investigation check.
General
General
investigation
investigation.
check.
General.
16.
Hey.
So you're looking for other trails?
Yeah. See if I can't find like compare the footprints to like this one and see if there's more than just their trails leading in and out of this place.
You don't really see any trails. The only things that catch your eye are one, the ogre's club, two, the piles of wood, and three, the bones. The club looks a bit odd. The piles of wood are probably crushed carts, and the bones because they're bones, but nothing
Yeah.
looks like a separate trail where this thing came from. It really looks like it just hung out here.
Okay. What was that about the club? Why does that look so interesting?
It looks odd because it doesn't look fresh. It looks like a tree from a. Yeah, actually, give me a nature check.
Nice.
16.
16. You notice that the tree looks like it was not freshly ripped up from the ground, and it doesn't look like any of the species of trees in this little cove here. It's most likely that it was a tree it been carrying for some time. It looks a bit more like a swamp tree. It's kind of hard to tell what kind of tree, but it doesn't look like the like oaks and pines and maples around you. It looks more like some sort of like leafless bog tree that's been dead for a very long time. Whereas this is only a problem for like the last month. Doesn't look like the tree should look that way.
Hey, Alice.
Yes.
Where's the closest swamp or bog from here?
You can give me a nature check to figure that out, Alice.
Okay. She's also a wanderer, by the way.
Nice. You recall that the closest one is a similar distance from like around the base of this mountain. It most likely probably came from that swamp. It got like recently inhabited, so it might have been pushed out of its environment. It just kind of wandered its way up the trail until it found this cove and just hung out here.
Can you say about where the swamp is?
You remember that there's a swamp near the base of this hill that you're on? It's about like a 2-hour walk away from here down a different trail.
Okay. At the base of this hill, it's like 2 hours walk.
Well, it would seem like this thing has meandered its way over here from the swamp. That tree is nothing like the ones around here. And it's old.
Could have
Oh
possibly
yeah,
been
good
forced
eye.
out.
Then
Well,
there's
whatever
no.
reason it had, yeah, that sort of thing isn't all that uncommon. Native species getting forced out of the regular environments, and suddenly there's somebody else's problem.
Well, that's the question. What drove it away up here?
I don't know, probably some loggers down at the base of the mountain or something. Probably wandered up this way until it ran into a cart, ate it, and then decided the best place to live was right next to where it eats.
Hmm.
You wouldn't be wrong. That'd be a perfectly reasonable place to set up shop. Mortals set up shop
Exactly.
next to rivers because there are fish and clean water.
I'm not.
Speaking of,
I'm not doubting the reason. I'm wondering what drove it away.
Like you said, likely loggers.
Hmm.
It's not all uncommon
Yes.
for people with business ventures venturing further and further out from the big cities.
speaking of what it eats, we should probably go investigate all those broken down carts over there. Probably has some shipments that the people up the hill are expecting.
Luckily, we have a cart that can accommodate.
Indeed, we do. And he's gonna start approaching the carts.
Alice is gonna give him a
You-
look and go, Tim, you cannot sell them these things. This is what they were already
No,
expecting.
I'm well aware, Alice. You have no need to remind me. And plus,
Just-
I am a legitimate businessman, not a thief or scoundrel.
Just double checking.
Come now, we've been traveling for a year by now.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And so as you go over to the carts, you can pretty clearly see that buried underneath the piles, it looks like the supplies just weren't even touched at all. You can see one barrel that has some like ooze dripping out of it, but there's also some bags laying next to it.
Hmm.
Look like large sacks of something that are dry.
Can I go through and see what each bag is, and like just get a? He's going to take out his own ledger and call it? Compare like his own tradings and the things he's finding here.
Yeah, sure. As you push aside like some of this plank of wood that was kind of covering all the things in sort of a makeshift umbrella.
Makeshift?
Makeshift.
I was waiting for it. It's one of those words. You push it aside and you see very clearly the word salt written on the top bag, and the bag beneath it looks to be the same. It's just stacked on top of it. The barrel next to it, though, doesn't have any labels, but it does have some bad smelling ooze dripping out of it.
Okay. He's gonna mage hand open that one.
You do that, and immediately you smell what smells like rotting fruits, probably apples.
Hmm.
Not the good kind of barrel aged.
Yeah. All right. Well, he'll start sorting out the goods that are salvageable and get them cleaned up, and just start figuring out like what the general value is
General
for
value?
General
General.
value.
of all the goods here, and then
Mm.
write that down, and then make sure he keeps it separate from his own stuff.
Nice. Throughout the two carts, you discover 2 shipments of salt and 2 kind of defunct shipments of fruit, which are just rotted away. They're not worth anything now, unless you want to sell them for vinegar.
No.
Yeah. I mean, technically that has some uses, but yeah, I don't think anybody's going to buy it up there. And aside from that, there's the scrap of the wood, which is probably not too valuable. It's
right.
all like snapped up and stuff.
Then the salt it is.
Is there anything in these carts that the other Death Temple would have been expecting?
They were, as far as you know, there wasn't anything like church specific going to them, but there could just been supplies going to them.
Okay.
One of the salt shipments was probably for them, like at least one of the bags.
All right.
When I say 2 shipments, I mean like all the salt that was in one cart is a shipment. There's 2 of those.
Yeah, yeah.
So you probably have like 8 total bags of salt.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, as he starts loading them up with, assumingly with the help of Alice, um,
Of
he's
course, he's gonna help.
just gonna remark, "See, what I tell you, far away from the coast, shipments of salt.
I never doubted you for a second, Mr. Magnelius.
No, I'm aware. I just like being right."
I can tell.
Alice is just gonna give a slight look to him, then to Nezo, and look back at him. Give a look up. Are you trying to flirt? Just slightly, just.
He gives you a wink.
She goes, oh.
Nezrin will put her hat back on. I think that's it.
You do
Makeshift?
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
Mm-hmm.
You do that.
I
So
swear
would
one
you
of these
like
days it's gonna be on a shirt or a hoodie. I swear.
So, would you like to have me just to fast travel you all to the town of Wellsprings?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. You travel a little ways further up the road, and only after about 30 to 30 minutes of travel, you end up coming across, like you see a stream come into view, and it quickly turns into like a river that runs alongside the road. And the town of Wellsprings comes into view. It's just a very small, like, logging town. There's probably like 10 families that live up here, and a really small death church, like missionary building. It's probably just like a small 4 pews in one room, and then like a little building out back where like the priest there lives. So it's a real small town, but the death church does have a temple here.
I am very happy to see it.
It's not the size of the church that matters, only its petitioners.
Oh my lord.
Oh,
Not the size of the steeple.
But the loudness of the bell.
Sure.
And oh boy, do those bells be jingling.
Ding, 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 ding.
So you pass a small fence, and the first thing that comes into view, like the church is kind of there to welcome any entrance into the village. Its entrance is even facing the road, and that's the first place that kind of springs to your mind of where you should probably go visit.
Do
We should
see
probably-
anyone outside?
Do you see anybody? You do see somebody on the other side of the river nearby a house. They have like lots of stacks of wood next to their building that are underneath some like an awning situation. It looks like they're there to dry out. But a lot of cut boards of wood as well as logs nearby this one building. That's probably one of the loggers.
Gotcha.
You see one dude out there like chopping some smaller planks of wood though.
We should probably make contact with the Death Church first.
Fair enough.
I mean, you would be the expert if you wouldn't mind leading the way.
Of course. And I'm going to start directing everything towards the Death Church.
You do that. You all pull the cart up close towards the Death Church, and I assume Nezrin, you step off and
Absolutely.
walk up to the front door.
I
Nice.
absolutely do. Yep.
With a big old knock. After a moment, you hear a voice say, "Just a moment. We begin prayers in an hour."
Is there like something that Death Church practitioners would say? Let me. Nah. She'll be polite and she'll wait. She was told to wait. She'll be polite.
Gotcha. And so, after a moment, you hear footsteps come up to the door, and the door swings open quite easily. The doors aren't quite as elegant as the one back home. Much smaller place. He goes, "Is everything all right? Oh, Sister Ilkan. Uh, how
Good
did you?
afternoon.
Oh, did did you accomplish the mission?
We did, yes, indeed, and thanks to she turns and looks over her shoulder. My new friends. We were able to clear the roads.
Oh, that's wonderful news. Please come in. Come in.
Of course.
And he opens the latch at the bottom of the door and like opens the double doors.
She will enter and then gesture for everyone else to come on in.
Malin
Yeah.
will be holding onto Flower's hands in order to get him to not run away.
Do watch your head, dear. And she tells that to both Flowers and Alice.
You all enter into the church. It's pretty small and cozy. It's mostly made out of wood.
Okay, he does.
Bonk his head?
No, he watches that. That's a 16 on the intelligence save.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool. No doubt, no doubt.
Word. You all walk in, and it's a pretty small place. It looks like it's only meant to seat like a group of people, a small one. And it's all wood so far, although, spacious, like preaching room. There's a little stand up at the front of it with a window behind it to
Chapel?
let the sun in. Huh? Chapel?
Yeah,
I mean, it's so small. I'm like hesitating to call it a chapel.
it's still a
But
chapel.
yeah.
The room is
Small
called a
wooden
chapel.
chapel.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll just find places to sit within the chapel, and he goes, "Just a moment, I'll go get the payment. I'll be right back." And he like leaves out a door from the side, and like you can just tell from the sound he's walking out behind the building, and opens another door. Pause for a moment. You hear that door open again. He walks back, and the door out to the side opens up once again. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, how many is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? The 6 of you should be easy to divide up amongst you. I don't know if Sister Ilkhan will want a cut of the rewards, but I'm not going to stop you if you do.
She just shakes her head and puts a hand up.
Gotcha. And so he walks over to each member of the party and hands you 3 silver each.
You did say it was underwhelming.
And as he's handing out the payment, he goes,
Oops.
and I know it isn't really too much that we can offer, but sadly, it's all the funds we really have here. But I can also offer a bit more. If I'm not mistaken, the Death Church, the Church of Moros, is willing to extend room and board to you back near Pleodoris.
How many green puffs can we buy with that, Maitland?
She will like count out the probably 6 silver coins that she now has because
Yeah, but Flowers is not holding on to any of that.
yeah.
If you stay at the Death Church, I can show you how to make your own.
Would you?
Of course.
So if we go there, then we can make even more. We can get even more with just this money.
We can get
Indeed.
many.
I
Good.
will accept this proposition. There is a question, however, I have. There was a shipment full of salt that was meant to be delivered here. We have it with us. We just don't know where it's supposed to be delivered.
Oh, the salt's still intact. That's wonderful news. Well,
Yes.
I guess it's relatively self-preserving. Yeah, wonderful. If you can unpack it here, and I'll distribute it to the rightful owners soon. But please make sure to tell the villagers that you were able to retrieve it. I'm sure they'd be glad to reward you in whatever way they could.
Oh, don't worry. I intend to announce it. And he's gonna smile as he's gonna start walking out again.
And there he goes.
Nice.
Alice is gonna prop up on her legs again and be like, This man never does anything humbly.
We don't need to roleplay this bit out, but my intent is to first get that salt unloaded and then go into what is the closest thing to a town square and loudly announce with the help of things like minor illusion. To catch the attention of townspeople that the road is clear and trade is here.
Nice. You do that, unloading the salt and announcing exactly that to the nearby houses, and you see heads poke out of windows and people walk out from their backyards and look excited to see a cart within the town again.
Yeah. And I would like to do some trade. I want to see if I can't sell some of the clothes and pepper I have. And if they aren't able to provide with coin, I'll happily take wood.
Nice. The
Would he also take pipe?
No, unfortunately, he's the one piping.
Oh,
Sad.
pay the piper and all
I want to
that.
be
Oh
real quick
my.
about this. Alice only helped get the salt off the cart, and then she's still a distance watching. Like, she's not right with him because she does not like the attention like that. It's I'll sit over here.
Nice. As you're chatting with the people, the how much clothing do you have? Like an outfit per person is what you want, right?
Oh, no, cloves. Spice.
Clothes.
I do
Oh.
have canvas and silk as well.
Yeah, the patrons actually they might buy some cloth, but silk is a bit ritzy for them.
I don't have as I said, I have canvas. I don't have cloth just yet. But I can as I said, they don't need to specifically trade in coin if they have wood or anything else from the area.
Mm-hmm.
But we could do this out of session.
No, we can just do this now. The lumberjack offers you I'll just call it a shipment of planks for like a week's worth of spice, basically.
Okay. I deal in pounds here. I have
Gotcha.
6 pounds of cloves, 7 pounds of pepper, 8 pounds of salt, and 2 square yards of silk and 2 square yards of canvas for sale.
For your reference, Makeshift, a pound of cloves is like picking up 4 jars of cloves from an American grocery store.
Yeah,
They'll last a while.
he'll ask for a half a pound of pepper in exchange for like 40 pounds of like long cut like lumber. It's like whole
Ooh.
planks of it.
I think my cart can handle it. I'll just need to position it at the very top.
Yeah, it's basically the limit of what your cart could handle. It won't fit on the floor. It'll have to stick out or be in a weird position.
Yeah, you said 40 pounds, right?
Yes, it would be enough to like start the frame of a small building, basically, if you cut it up right.
Long cut
Maybe like a shed.
planks, 40 pounds. Gotcha. Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah. All right. And then you said a half a pound, right?
Yeah. And then a local hunter offers you a deal for like, I'll say 5 wolf pelts to get half a pound of pepper as well.
Yeah, he'll gladly do that trade.
Nice.
5 wolf pelts. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
And that is all the patrons here even have the ability to afford, since their economy has been very stunted.
That's fair. Wolf pelts. Quantity 5.
However, the lumberjack, the one who owns that like the piles of wood who offered to buy the pepper, he also tells you all, as thanks for bringing back the salt, he's willing to give you a discount on like a large payment of lumber. Basically, he's willing to give you enough lumber at a discount to build a small building or fix up and like refurbish a larger building.
Okay.
A small building would be like a one-person studio apartment. A large would be like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartment.
Lumberer.
So he offers you a discount in the future that you can use whenever.
All right, lumberer from Wellsprings, offering discount for small studio apartment building, right?
Yeah, enough lumber to complete a small studio apartment.
For lumber.
And
small-
with that, everybody in Wellsprings gets back to their day-to-day lives because they still have a lot of chores to do.
All right. Yeah.
They're cleaning their clothes. Couldn't be me.
Depending on how long that takes, after all that is said and done, he'll head back to the church and look very pleased with himself.
Nice. You do that. And you all see Tim walk back with some pelts and some planks of lumber that he's MacGyvering into his cart. Does anybody do anything while they see him doing that?
Nesrin will just have small talk with the person at the death church. Wait for everyone else to be ready. She has no other business here.
Alice goes and helps Tim get the wood on there properly. Just hold on, lifts it up and puts it on properly. Like, helps her.
One thing that the
Impossible.
the church missionary tells you, Nesrin, is
Mhm.
that a local druid he's like in talks with a local druid to move into the town to help with like building stone buildings
Oh,
because it'll be really easy for him.
that would be
So,
nice, especially during the storm season.
yes, even though lumber is plentiful here, labor is not. It'll be nice to have some more sturdy buildings and a larger place to pray.
Indeed.
Another druid? Is he
Oh,
widely
yes.
known?
Come again?
Is he widely known?
Oh, no, he just lives nearby. I was in talks with him to see whether or not he'd be willing to move here. It's a long discussion, but hopefully yes, because his building skills would be very helpful.
Indeed. Things like mold earth are very useful when building smaller houses or something like that.
Indeed they are. Well then, safe travels to you all.
Thank you.
And to you.
Stay safe.
If
I'm
you're
not
traveling.
I'm not
I-
traveling yet.
Her fur will puff up in embarrassment and her tail is just flicking like, why did I say that? Why did I say that? Why did I say that?
Nesrin will
It's the
gently
embodiment of
pat her shoulder.
anxiety.
Nesrin will gently pat her shoulder and get back in the cart.
What'd you say, Alice?
Over table. She's the embodiment of anxiety.
Ah, yes. And now, is everybody cool with me just fast traveling you all the way back to Pleiadorus at the previous church?
Mm-hmm. As long as Waylon doesn't say anything distasteful on our way back.
I mean, do you guys want to roleplay anything with him on the card ride back?
Oh no, that's
Are
not
the
what I'm saying.
ladybugs still there?
I just want him to know I have my eye on him. If he acts
You
a
see
fool,
flowers wiggling while walking. Cream puffs, cream puffs, cream puffs, cream puffs, cream puffs.
Alice is probably
Probably.
laughing the entire time. Not a rude laugh, but more of a this is adorable.
I'm picturing so far every scene that Flowers has been in, they could have just been a regular person with headphones in, just jamming out to some song, just oblivious to the world around them.
the autistic kid in the
Absolutely.
corner.
Nah, I got nothing. You do see on as we start walking back, he's writing in the he takes out this big ass book, and when I say big, it's like he sets it in his knees, and extends a little bit outside of it. It's
Oh
a
my.
big ass book. As he begins dipping into an inkwell and he starts writing in his ledger. And if anyone takes the time to look over, you can see all the trades he has done. At
Nezra will
least
take a
within,
glance. At least once.
yeah. You'll see that he's currently writing down what he just did in Wellsprings. Wellsprings, pepper, half pound equals 40 pounds long cut planks. Wellsprings, pepper, half pound equals 5 pelts wolf. And it just keeps going down. And it's sort of like a little track list of where he's been.
Shrewd.
As you're writing, do you just write down the items, or do you write down any names?
If he has a name, he'll write that down as well. If it doesn't, he'll just write down the profession the person had. So, hunter, lumberer.
Gotcha. At
but
any
he
point in time. Oh, yeah.
but
Go
he
ahead.
would ask for names. So,
But
if,
it's only the names of people you did business with.
yes, precisely.
Okay, then never mind.
Yeah, so it's literally just it acts almost like a small. Well, I mean, this is for taxation purposes. You don't want the.
Ew, he is doing his taxes.
The one
What
thing
are
scarier
those?
than a Tarrasque, the IRS.
Precisely. So this is just as I said, it's just the names of the people he trades with.
As you're finishing up writing, when you were writing down the 15% off deal,
Mm-hmm.
And you were scribbling, before you wrote the equal sign, your pen, you halted because I don't know if you halted, but as your pen's finishing writing up the 50% off discount, there's actually a ladybug kind of in the way of your pen's path right as you finish writing that, and before you write the equal sign.
No, then he pauses. He looks at the ladybug, and he's going to with his pinky finger just try to sort of lift it up and place it out of the way so he can continue writing.
You do that.
Odd. Fuck off.
Question: did I get their names? You don't need to say names, just if I did get them or not.
Yeah, if you asked them for the names, they gave them.
All right, perfect.
He stole names. He's doing his face shit again.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Gabriel, this is not a human.
This has been working with a human.
On the way, if it's possible, I would like to scavenge for herbs on like the
give me
side
a-
of the road.
Give me a survival check to see if you find any herbs.
Come on. Never mind.
Found some dandelions.
Nice. I
Wow, you
will.
have a +7.
Yeah.
Say
I will grab a bunch of dandelions and weave them into a flower crown and then set it on Flower's head, but it's a bit too small, so it's like, fuck, I gotta redo it. Grab some more flowers, does it again, and then there we go.
Nice.
That's it.
Flower crown.
crown of flowers.
The way back to Wellsprings is otherwise unbothered and uninterrupted, and you make it back there before sundown. It's like, it's getting close to sundown, but still like 2 hours away. And you pull up to the same area you departed from, and there's like a stables area where like the animals can be kept. It's nearby where the carts are kept, so you see the head of the church who's like out sweeping, probably expected you by this time, and as you come into view, he see a big smile come across the old man's face, and yeah, he waves at all of you.
Nezred will wave back. And she will pull the cart back up to the church and put it where it belongs.
Nice.
That sounds
After
going to
you
say up his butt.
No. She
After you
likes this
secure the-
man.
After you secure the cart to its landing, he goes, "Ah, Nezrin, it's good to see you back."
Thank you. Good to be back. And she gets off the cart and stretches, and you can hear her joints popping. Ugh.
Oh
Well, we
dear,
did
you
it.
sound like you're in need of a massage. Or a bath.
Most likely a bath. Either way, we were able to clear the roads and get some of the salt shipments back up to the Death Church. And everything's fine. Seems like an ogre wandered up from the nearby swamp, probably pushed out by the logging.
That's terribly unfortunate. But I have some good news for the rest of you who all seem to be in one piece. Wonderful to see that.
Cream puffs?
Well, perhaps. I think there's a bakery closer in town that serves them. They're quite nice.
Don't worry about
But
it, I'll be
you're all-
teaching him how to make his own.
You're all welcome to stay within our walls for the next month, free of any charge.
Oh, thank you. That is very kind.
Timothy smiles at that. That's so much money saved, he thinks.
Alice is nodding her head. She's got a small worried face on. Oh, and just small, just.
Alice, darling. While
Yes.
our normal guest rooms may not be big enough for yourself, there is a room in the back of the church. We usually use it as a common room, if you'd like to sleep there, although it would have to technically be on the floor. But we do have a lot of pillows, if you'd like that.
It'd be wonderful. That'd be wonderful. Yes. And her mood's immediately up. Like Tad just. I don't have to be at the stable.
Hey. Never put a person in the stables.
You'd be surprised. There's a lot of places that aren't.
Unfortunately, I think I
accommodating of the
wouldn't.
centaur.
People can be cruel sometimes. And she sighs. Well, lovely to meet you all. And she will bow her head to everyone.
Now, let me show you all to your quarters. Let's go inside. And, he walks over towards that side entrance from before.
Nezrin will follow him, not directly to his side, but just like to his side and a little behind, like a step behind him.
Nice. And I assume everybody follows him into the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. He walks in and as he's like about to start pointing to some of the rooms, he's like gesturing like, okay, here's some of the places you'll be staying. There's like some doors along the hallway. It's kind of like, you remember in like the first Kung Fu Panda movie, that hallway where like the Furious Five sleep, all the
Mhm.
rooms. Yeah, it's a bit like that. Like there's a hallway, there's rooms along that hallway. There's like a turn in as well to like a larger area, which is where Alice is probably gonna sleep. But as he's like pointing out the rooms, there's a sharp knock on the door up front, and he goes, "Oh, just a moment. I'll go see who that is." And he just kind of wanders back towards the cathedral.
I'd like to go with him. I don't know
Yeah,
these
sure.
people. I don't know these people. I know him, so I'm just gonna go with him.
Mind you, it's pretty late in the day. It's weird to get a visitor at the Death Temple or at the Death Church
Mhm.
this late in the evening.
All the
But
more
not,
reason
like,
for me to go
unheard
with him.
of.
Oh, if we've
Yeah.
been shown where we can sleep, Timothy's going to take the time to get Grampus situated. And such.
Alice has probably gone out to the cart to grab her pillow that's always on the cart. Just to. Don't mind me.
Nice.
Ellen and Flaus will just get situated in one room.
Yeah.
And as you all take up your rooms and Nezrin, you go to the main cathedral. Does nobody else go into the main cathedral?
Well, I have to go outside.
After I get set up, probably just to look around a bit, look at the like stained glass windows and probably murals on the walls or something.
Gotcha. Then you'll probably walk in on the scene right after a few lines of dialogue. Like the person's gonna walk in, and then you'll probably see them after they've walked in. In the meantime, so that's gonna be Group B. Anybody who wants to walk into the cathedral afterwards. Group A is just Nezrin and this NPC, Father Nicholas. You follow behind him, and he wanders up to the front door, and he opens it up and goes, who is it at this hour? And you hear some mumbling from the other side of the door. Give me a perception check, Nezrin.
Gotta open my thing again. Come on, load. Thank you. Perception. Hey, 19.
Nice. You hear a very raspy voice respond and say, "Are you still open for confession?" I need to drink water before I do the voice. One second. You hear them respond and say, "Are you still open at this hour for confessions?" Yes, we are. You got us just before closing, actually, but that's quite all right. Come right in. Thank you, Father Nicholas. And in steps a very thoroughly cloaked figure. Not very uncommon to see here. People sometimes just want to keep their anonymity when they travel to Morris's church. And if he's here for confession, it makes sense, especially at this hour. It'd be pretty obvious to tell who just confessed. So it's not strange to be in that outfit, but, you know, this is an unusual sight. Late at night, doing an anonymous confession. He could have done this during the day. What's up? But he walks in, and he rounds the corner and sees you and goes, your name is, Sister, I apologize, what is your name?
Sister Ilkan. She'll
Sister
bow her head
Ilkan.
respectfully.
That's a wonderful name. Very lovely. Thank you for letting me know.
Timothy's walking out at this point, past them.
Yep, this would be right about the point in time where you guys see that somebody's entered into the front door if you've walked out to see this scene. And this cloaked figure, this cloaked figure takes a few steps in past Father Nicholas and Nezrin. The confession booth is, and he's pointing towards the far end of the room, looking for the box. And when he sees it on the right side of the room, he goes, just around that corner. Oh wait, yeah. I'm forgetting the layout of this building. After it's on the right side. He points over at the right side of the room and goes, there it is. And he begins walking over to it. Nicholas whispers to you, Nezrin. Sister Nezrin.
Yes.
Would you be all right with performing this confession?
Of course.
Thank you. I still have some duties to attend to close down the grounds. And he turns and he walks to go back to doing some chores, which he was probably in the middle of doing when you all arrived back. And everybody, you see this very cloaked figure walking over to a confession booth, and Nezrin's following close behind.
I'm getting in the opposite side of the confession booth. I just need to state that before anyone starts making jokes. I get into the opposite side of the confession booth.
Ah, damn.
Yeah.
We
I
haven't
see
been
you
in there.
over
We
there.
don't know if there's a, certain thing there.
We're not turning the confession booth into a glory hole. This is holy matters.
No, if it was a glory hole, you would enter on the other side.
Oh my god. Get your donkey and get your things and go to sleep, young man. Anyway.
quick question. Did any of your characters think some joke like that or some dirty joke like that?
No.
Yes.
Tim, you
He
do?
did, yeah.
Timothy most certainly did.
Give me a perception check.
You got it.
I'm about to
11.
watch Tim just get lightning striked.
16.
Yeah, 16. I can't roll above
I'll
a
say,
Jesus.
do you have anything that gives you better hearing in any way? Because I kind of want you to succeed this, but at the same time, you didn't. So,
Nah, then I didn't succeed. I have nothing. I am human, straight
I
up.
mean,
Makeshift, you are God. You can just adjust the DC.
I wouldn't
I
be.
could.
I wouldn't think something dirty, but I would, however, be very curious because curiosity killed the cat. Not just yet, but that,
Oh yeah,
and
you
I
got those
also
big
have,
old ears.
yeah,
Give me
big old
a
chunky
perception
ears.
check that's a little bit easier.
Come on,
Come
nat 20,
on,
nat 20,
give
come on.
me.
Okay,
Is that
20
a
for a digit, but where's the 0? Come on.
However, you won't have to perceive the same thing. You're just perceiving a noise. And just as you see this dude walking and he opens up the door, you can clearly see the inside of the confession booth that he's going to sit in. You can swear for just a moment you heard like a quick little like a little chuckle, just for no reason. He just like opens the door, and he steps in. You don't know why he chuckled. I'm not very sure why he chuckled.
oh
I'm going to
motherfucker, what?
situate myself in that direction. Just ears perked. What? But yeah.
So anyway, Nezrin, I assume you enter the other side of the confessional.
I do. I remove my hat before entering. I enter into the confessional. I sit down. I close the door. I sit down. I open up the sliding window in the center. I have to look up how confession works because I was a Methodist. I wasn't Catholic.
Hey, same.
Woo!
I'm pretty
Methodism.
sure all
we
that
just
happens.
have casseroles. I still just let me like look this up. Okay, cool. All right.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. I see. Okay. A sign of the cross. Okay. 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 3 sins to the priest. Stands in the name of Christ of the church. Will assign you a penance. Okay. All right. So it's just religious therapy. Nice. All right,
Yeah,
cool. I
basically.
get it. Okay, I got this. Sure. All right, cool.
He kneels down at the window and he clasps his hands together gently. And he says, in the closest thing that his voice can come to calming, he says, "Forgive me, Sister Nezrin." But
Of what sins should you be forgiven?
it is not something I have done yet. There are many things I have done in the past. But, as you might know, the elections are coming up soon. And I can't help but feel that I am beckoned towards a position of.
Oh no. Not again.
But you see.
Hey, makeshift.
Yeah?
It cut off right after I am beckoned towards a position, and that's where it stopped.
Oh, I said of power,
Okay, position of power. Okay, cool.
and then I paused.
Okay.
As you might know, 10 years ago, the Azure Moon Academy was something very different than what it is now. The Grand Dragon Aldestrel, he had died 10 years ago. And that was in no small part the direct result of my wishes and my efforts. And now that I see his father, Alderic, is struggling to hang on to power, I will likely be taking the seat as the rule of Pleiodorus.
She's able to keep very calm and level-headed this.
I am sorry that I have to burden you with this information. But even if you did seek retribution, perhaps for some personal grudge, perhaps out of love for Aldestrel or Alderic, there is nary a thing that could be done to stop me.
She just
That is all.
She doesn't know exactly what to say. She doesn't hold any of the Grand Dragons in particularly high esteem. She just thinks they are there and they are powerful. Um, she's thrown off because this is not how confessions usually work. If you are truly sorry, wouldn't it be the best course of action not to go forward with your plans?
That is the reason why I'm here. I have lived for quite a long time. I will not say how long, but long enough that I've forgotten the man I once was.
Oh,
and the
no.
woman that I loved has long died.
Oh, no.
And I have come to terms with that fact. But without her, and without my son, and without remembering who I once was, not my morals at least, I remember my name, the way I held myself, but I can't remember much else. All that is left in me is my desire to be... He seems to tuck his head down a little closer for a moment and think. More than what I am. Like a small caterpillar that eats only to turn itself into cocoons. And then eventually sprout wings. That is all that is left of me.
Makeshift.
Yes?
Is there something that I can roll to sense this man is implying what I think he's implying, which I am thinking he's implying he's done something to extend his life far beyond natural matters. Because as you know, I have experience with
Yeah.
that area.
You can do a Arcana check at
Okay.
advantage to
Okay.
check if he might be a lich.
Okay. Advantage. Come on, baby. That is a nat motherfucking 20 for a 26 total.
Oh, this guy's a lich. This guy's a
Oh.
fucking... He is a
Can I
lich. There
smell
is
it?
no doubt about it.
Can I smell him? Does he smell like stink? Does he smell like poopy?
Because you used an Arcana check,
Mhm.
you can sense through the weave and your connection with the god Moros that this guy has also a similar connection to the god Moros. But you cannot tell how strong it is. You just know that he has probably used it to extend his life, and he is probably some kind of lich, if not an extension of one.
Oh, she immediately freezes. Fucking over the Grand Dragons, she doesn't care about that. Possibly taking a politician's seat of power, yeah. We've had that before. Politicians come in and do confession all the fucking time. A lich, however, makes her blood run cold. And she's sitting stark still in the dark confession booth, like, oh god, another one. What do I do? Do I kill him? Do I report him to Nicholas? What do I do? Like, she's trying to figure out exactly what to do, and he's just completely stunned her.
And after a moment of silence, after he just says the things he said before, he says, "If that is all, thank you for listening to me, sister." Is something the matter, sister?
Not at all. My throat's just a bit dry. Walk. Walk with the patient acceptance of the inevitable end.
Amen.
Amen.
And he motions to stand himself up. He turns towards the door, and he gently opens it and steps out. And everybody else, you could not hear anything inside there for a reason, but there's just no chance of rolling success on it. It was impossible to hear what was in there.
Oh, why does that matter? It was just someone doing a confession.
Yeah.
Where are the cream puffs?
And so, you see this very cloaked figure walk towards the exit, give a little wave to the father as he passes by him again. And after a moment, the father falls behind him. You hear the door thunk open and thunk shut.
She does not exit for probably about 2 or 3 minutes after the cloaked figure leaves. And when she does exit, her hand is shaking slightly. And she looks like she's just seen war. And she's not panicking or upset. She's just, oh god, there's another one and I know about it, and it's about to try and take political power. And I never even looked at his face. Fuck.
Yeah, say hello to the overarching plot of the story.
Whoa!
Let's go. Yeah.
Malin, upon seeing Nezrin leave the confession booth, will bound over. Like, are you okay? You look shaky. I'm sorry, I couldn't really help noticing.
It's everything's fine. Just a bit tired.
I mean, we will be arresting in a bit. So I think
Right.
Flowers might demand some cream puffs, but
Right, cream puffs.
we can get them tomorrow.
No, it's fine. We can make those. I should talk to the father first, and I will meet you in the kitchens at the front of the church in a minute.
All right. Thank you very much.
And I'm gonna go fucking find my father. Well, the patriarch.
Yeah.
Cream
You
puffs.
do that, going to go look for him.
Uh-huh.
And you find him just doing some sweeping, putting out candles, doing
Father.
his thing. Yeah, oh, yes. What is it, Nezrin?
May I speak to you privately, please?
Certainly is something wrong. And he starts walking with you.
I'm not sure yet. And she will take him somewhere a bit more private, where prying ears looks at Kat. Will won't hear anything. And once she has him in a more private setting, she will once again take the hat off. Father, I think that
Nice.
the man that just came in for confession, I think he was a lich.
Oh, a lich, that's quite a steep accusation.
I am aware, and you know me, I wouldn't make such an accusation blindly. But you know everything.
Hmm.
This man, that man, he was... In his confession, he mentioned having lived a very long time, so long he's forgotten who he was.
Is there anything else that made you think he might be a lich?
I felt something. In the weave, in the connection. There's rolling off of him. He had some connection to Lord Moros. I can't tell exactly what. I can't tell if it was a pact or a bloodline or something, but I could feel death magic intertwined with the weave. He was a lich. There is no doubt in my mind.
Unfortunately, as much as I trust you, as troubling as that news is, it's me that trusts you. It's going to take more than feeling like he's a lich to create any real accusation. Not to mention, he was hiding his face. We
Indeed.
won't be able to tell who it is.
Father, he also mentioned he wanted to unseat Alderic.
Well, that narrows down the choices.
Indeed.
I think there's only 3 candidates that want to run against him.
I guess for the first time in my life, I'll have to pay attention to politics.
Yes. Oh, goodness. I'm going to need to sit down and have a drink. And he, like, props the broom up against a wall and just, I don't know where he keeps the drinks.
Probably communion wine, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Bro just grabs the sacred wine. It's like, nah, I need this, man. Purify my insides.
Oh my god. Grabs the communion wine. This one's an emergency, Big J.
Oh, that's going in the fucking quote book.
And so, that might be a... Is there any other interactions you want to do? Do you want to finish up this interaction? Is a
I mean,
a good place to end the session?
Cream puffs?
Like a Avengers. What's the Age
the
of Ultron?
shawarma
No, what's the-
scene.
Yeah, the scene where there's like it was the first time they did a second end credits and they're all just
Yeah, the
vibing at a
shawarma
table
scene.
eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, after the conversation with the father, and you know what? I'll do it this way. Perhaps this would be a thought best rested upon and come to a safe conclusion in the morning.
Agreed. Let's lock up for the night and get the rest settled in.
Yes, I promised I'd make cream puffs with flowers, so I will do that and try to keep my mind off of it for now.
And Father Nicholas leaves to go do some of the closing chores for the church.
Right. After that conversation, she will go to the kitchens and she will bake cream puffs with Flowers and Nezrin, trying to teach Flowers how to bake them properly.
Malin is not touching the dough because for Indo,
Oh,
bad
yes.
time.
Yes.
For Indo.
She knows this. She has experience.
You don't want that Monster Hunter cat cooking?
Theoretically, yes, it always looks very delicious. However, kneading dough with paws, very furry.
She'll
No.
she'll
Always
give
looks
you
like
the job
biscuits.
of whisking the cream.
Yee. Oh, at least half of that. No, one finger is definitely just gonna be gone mysteriously.
Oh,
It's definitely in her stomach.
You gave a cat a milk product.
oh. I see. Okay, I see. I was like, what?
The cat that got the cream,
Indeed.
literally.
Indeed. Yeah. I'm done now.
Word, is there any other interactions people want to have before the session is over?
Nothing for me.
Alice is
Nice.
curled up in the room and she's out like a light. Just
Oh.
Bye.
And on that note, thank you everybody for joining us of Session 1 of the City of Breath and Bone.
Woo! City
Green
of Breath and
buffs!
Bone! Let's go!
Cream puffs!
I cannot believe that the first 2 nat 20s of the session were weed and fart. Jesus Christ.
It was a great session.
Oh man, what a good session. Alrighty. So, shilling time. CET and Mortem, it's on my channel. It stars Nezrin. If you want to find out her bullshit, go there and watch part 1. Part 2 will be coming soon as I get my ass off of my chair and record it.
It's really
Smiles.
good. Go see it.
Yeah, it's really good. Please,
Yeah,
please watch
go
it.
watch
It's
it.
very good. Smiles.
if you don't, I'll come up underneath your beds.
She will. She will. She's done it to me before. Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Central European Summertime, we have The Reclamation, which is run by a lovely orc barbarian over there, Yasha. And
I
stars...
like to make them suffer.
He does. And it stars myself and Kitty and Angels, and it's really good, and we're doing some cool shit. Please come watch it, it's really good. I need more people to know about this storyline. Thank you.
Please and thank you.
Yes, please and thank you. Anything else anyone wants to shill?
Yeah, I might also be making a lore overview video for like all of Galamora, so that I can actually have it all congealed in one place and people can know the whole story of the world.
Hell yeah.
I hope I actually make that so that this is recorded onto YouTube now. If people watch this and there's just like no thumbnail for that, it's gonna be real awkward.
Don't worry, I'll get him to do it. Don't worry.
uh,
I'll pull the girlfriend cards.
Perfect.
Thank you, Purple.
I have personal streams on Saturday, but next week I'm on a wedding, so not happening.
Indeed.
I've been busy cleaning an apartment and repairing it so I can get into it before I can get back to streaming myself. So
I don't stream because I'm lazy.
Does Kibby take commissions currently?
Theoretically, yes. Yes.
You want a commission? Go to a Twitter center DM.
Indeed.
Yeah.
You'll find her Twitter on our Twitter.
Yeah.
Like,
all
oh,
of our
Also-
PNGs are made by her.
Indeed.
yeah.
Yeah. Find my Twitter for fancy fan art once I get to actually posting it, which I don't do often, but sometimes it happens. So,
My.
yeah.
Well, Angels, anything to shill?
My YouTube channel, Angel's Purgatory. Go look at it. It has some stuff on it. I promise to God there will be more stuff at some point. Please be patient. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Well, if that is all, then it is time for us to say good night.
Good night. Sleep
Good
tight.
night.
Good night.